What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Dark with DLD After Dark, and we have my friend here, Flying Rich. Say
Again.
hi, Rich. Yeah, again.
Hi.
So typically, in normal DLD fashion, usually what we do is, we start the live stream and then, we greet everybody and say what's up to all the channel members and everyone. But we only have Babyface P for about a half an hour tonight, so we want to make sure that we honor his time, and we're going to be having him back on. We just want to, celebrate the launching of his new company and let you guys know, how to, solicit his services. And he's already been blowing up and moving quickly. So we're going to go ahead and jump in. Thank you all for being here. And as we go through and have the conversation, we'll stick around afterwards. But as we go through and have the conversation, if you guys have a question for Babyface P, then do me a favor and just type question in the beginning of your comment. So without further ado, we'll bring back a great friend of the channel and also the owner, CEO, operating principal,
head floor sweep,
majority shareholder of ChromeVandium Arms.
COO.
COO, yeah, COO.
The other half of me is CEO. She gets to run the company.
Good move.
If you look at the paperwork, it literally, she's CEO, I'm COO.
Nice.
That's a minority-owned company. You're eligible for all sorts of benefits.
Wait, what was that?
She's a female. So if you're
a female, well, Jewish. Do Jewish people get special?
I don't think so.
Female Jews, do they get
anything
not
other
in
than
that
white?
Regard?
I'm Hispanic. I'm Cuban, so maybe I can find.
Oh yes, dude,
you're Cuban, B?
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting. Yeah.
Well, I wonder if I can find some sort of like small business thing.
Oh, absolutely. SBA will totally finance you.
I had no idea. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
Babyface P, for the people that don't know who you are, I know you've been on several times. You're a great friend of the channel. I'd consider you a personal friend of mine in real life too.
At this point, yeah.
yeah. But for those out there that don't know, actually, this is a great. Oh, dang it! I just missed it. Hold on, I'm not operating with a mouse tonight.
Let's see.
Okay, there we go. Very good question, Sport Brand. Question: is a hot dog a sandwich?
From a technical standpoint, yes.
2 pieces of bread. Well, 1 piece of something in the middle. Yeah.
Everything comes down to God. See, this is why I needed to not. So I took a melatonin gummy about an hour ago, thinking, "Oh, it'll kick in. I'll be ready for bed by 11." This is why I needed to. We gotta get I gotta come back and we gotta be full strength and be on at a regular because I am already dying. But yeah,
are you already?
Everything is either a salad, a sandwich, or a soup. I mean,
yeah. So what Babyface P is saying, ladies and gentlemen, is that he's not responsible for the words coming out of his mouth. Right? So Pepper Book Club, thank you. Member for 1 month, Kim Light Gang, where you at? Thank you. But yeah, for the people that don't know who you are, let them know who you are, what you do, and where they can find you. And you can jump right into the exciting news that you just
dropped. Quickest place is youtube.com/babyfaceP. That'll take you over to my YouTube channel. The channel's doing pretty well. We got about 40,000 subscribers, and it actually has picked back up a little bit. It's weird if you ignore the algorithm for 3.5 months and then post something that like spikes you back up. It's weird how this all works. But YouTube was where I started, and I've been doing. I've been an internet gunsmith for 6 or 7 years now, just helping friends and doing whatever I can on the side. And then finally, last year, I decided it was going to be the year that I got my FFL and went into it. Well, the plan originally was to get my FFL and do it on the truly on the side, have a nighttime business sort of thing.
Yep.
And then I got fired from my job in October, and I spent some time looking for a new job. I was in the IT field. Spent some time looking for a new job. Realized the job market in the tech field sucks horribly right now, and I think it's going to be even worse going into 2024. So I gave up and I said, screw it. I had a long thanks Prepper Gun Club for the sub. I had a long, hard talk with the wife and some soul searching. I talked to myself for a little bit, and I'm done. sitting behind a computer. I hate it. I hate sitting behind a computer all day. So I did everything I needed to get my '07 FFL and am now gunsmithing full time. With two specialties, I'm specializing in building AK and AK derivatives from parts kits. So funny enough, I've gotten as many requests to build AKs since I made the announcement as I have Galeals. So I have one Galil parts kit. I have one crank on the bench right now that is getting demilled and is going to get put back together. I have a Galil that should be here Monday that's going to get put together. So
a Galil, you said?
Very nice. Galil. Yep.
So an equal amount of people are trying to build Galils
as AKs.
Wow.
I had no idea that there were so many people sitting on Galil parts kits that
I'd figure it'd be 10 to 1.
Yeah, I've had 4 people ask to send me Galils and probably 6 or 7 asked to send AKs. So it's not quite 50-50, but it's a lot more than I expected. And I think it comes down to Galils to headspace properly. You need to turn the shoulder back on the barrel so it times and then headspace it. And you have to have a lathe to do that. You can't do that type of work on like non-lathe. So a lot of people, I think, bought the parts kits because they were, you could get a parts kit for $400 and then a receiver for another like $350. You're like, oh shit, we're in this. You need a little more specialty gear.
One last.
Yeah.
So first off, the fact that you know that is great, and that's why you're doing this, because
yeah.
I don't know shit about that. And for people out there that don't know, when they think about building guns, they're like, a rifle's a rifle, pistol's a pistol.
We're not. I mean, I am more than happy. So I guess the one place I should send people is the name of the company is ChromeVandium Arms, and yes, it's spelled incorrectly on purpose. So if you go to ChromeVandiumArms.com, spelled just phonetically like it sounds, top right of the page, there will be a price sheet. You can click on that, and that'll tell you. It's not an exhaustive list of everything I've done, but it'll give you a better idea of how much I'm charging. And I think that I'm pretty fair compared to what else is out there.
Very fair. Very fair.
I got to say, one of the things I've been impressed with you, first off, Patrick is a fellow Florida man.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Patrick through Hank and, Patrick, Walter, Hank, all the crew. You have like a lifetime's worth of gunsmith's knowledge about very like interesting kind of corner case stuff.
Yeah.
It's not just like AR, AK, it's
everything.
I appreciate you saying that. I have that like, so part of me, I have in my blood some sort of mechanical aptitude, and it comes from my father's side. He works on cars. He's a mechanic. He does body repair since he was like 12, and then his dad did the same. And then my grandfather also on my mom's side. So I have a lot of mechanical aptitude that just is kind of natural, and then the perfect amount of tism in my blood that I'm just hyper focused on like knowing how stuff works, how it goes together.
You gotta have the tism.
A little bit of tism makes it work pretty well.
Well, I just noticed. Sorry, real quick. I just noticed the other day you were working on a 10.6, 38 special Smith & Wesson.
Yeah, that old thing.
It was locked closed, right?
Yeah, well, it was not completely locked up. You could manhandle the cylinder open. It actually came from a friend of my dad's, and I parkerized a gun for him. So there's a picture on my Instagram of a parked gun that was for him, and then he was happy with that. So he sent me another thing to blue. I want to say I blued that for him. He was happy with that. So then he sent this along and was like, "Hey, cylinder's locked up. What do we do?" And Smith & Wessons are really good. They're made to go the long haul. They're going to wear over time, but they're made where you can adjust for that wear and fix stuff.
Yeah. I've seen Smith & Wessons and Colts older than any other gun out there that I've seen. But honestly, it's funny because in my head I was thinking, oh, that's a pre-lock, Smith & Wesson. You're like, yeah, it's locked. I was like, oh, that the
It's
irony there is
goofy that they even created a lock on the side of a revolver.
it's I think it's to I guess some states have like laws around that. Like,
Oh, that's ridiculous.
yeah, I think
A key lock on my revolver is the most ridiculous thing.
yeah, that shit, we know that shit's not doing anything.
No.
Like it's nothing. But I know AKs, right? AKs, we're talking about pressing heavy metal,
Mhm.
we're talking about punching rivets,
Mhm.
using serious machinery, trunnions, front trunnions, rear trunnions.
So this won't be a lot for some people, but I actually today got in a box of tools that I ended up having to spend about $600 on. So yeah, I have lots and lots of toolage for making AKs in the garage right now.
Yeah. And so it is that kind of when people think of Babyface P, when people think of ChromeVandium arms, when people think of you and your brand, is it the AK that you want them to think of, or is it like what do you want like your hallmark, like
I there's two different things. So I don't want it to just be AKs. Yeah, I'm going to be building parts kits for people, and we're going to be putting together my own CVA guns. I think we're actually going to call them CVAK or CV. I think what I'm going with is CV47 and CV74. That's what I'm going to call them. Eventually, I will be making my own. I got to get a couple 80% receivers ordered so I can get that done. But not just AKs. On the other side of the house, I'm also focused on restorations of old blue and steel and wood, rather. So old blued guns. If you have like an old blued gun, hey, it's Shooting Gallery. I was just talking with him a couple days ago.
what's up, bud? Yeah, I actually missed a text from you, man. I'll get back to you, I promise.
So yeah, old steel and wood. So bluing, but rust bluing specifically. I'm not going to be doing hot bluing. It's not something I really want to get into at the moment. Parkerizing, rust bluing. So if you have something like that needs a sandblast in a park or a nice rust blue, will you build an alpha AK? If you can source me the parts for an alpha AK, I would love to build one. And then I will take it, do a video, test fire it, and send it to you. I would love to build an alpha. It's just a matter of getting all the Zinitco, and Zinitco stuff right now is through the roof because of all the restrictions.
What's an alpha AK? I'm not hip.
Alpha AKs are that's the AK 7.62 AKs that their special forces Spetsnaz were running. I don't know if they still have them. They have Zinitco, like a bunch of Zinitco furniture. They're short, so I think they're like 13.5s. Really, really neat. If you look up Alpha AK, they're in all sorts of video games and stuff now. They're really cool.
So it's kind of like 103-ish?
Kind of, yeah, kind of, but with Zinitco furniture.
That's pretty fire. And I like how it has a like the 4.5 Bulgarian style. Well, I guess originally Russian.
Yeah,
style,
they like those Krink muzzle devices for some reason.
Yeah,
I've never shot one, but I've heard they're pretty good.
They're pretty ridiculous. And if you ever shoot one with the cone out of it, the 4-piece Bulgarian and the knockoffs are interesting. But I was talking about the rear trunnion is that 4.5 millimeter.
Folding stock,
crinkish kind of but so many other AKs have taken or adapted that. But it's a buffer tube that is.
Yeah, the alphas they like the side folding buffer tubes, which I'm not a huge fan of. Side folding buffer tube with a like modern Western. The funny thing about the Russians is, yeah, there you go. Funny thing about the Russians is they like Western style.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
So that's a 74, but yeah, it's that's their alpha stuff that they love.
Okay, now here's the hilarious thing. How many people in here do you think could actually glance at that for sub 1 second and know that that's a 74?
It's all in the magazine. The curve is different on the mag.
Aside from us, and I think a handful of viewers, most people Now it could be 5.56, but it's
5.56 mags are even more straight than 74s.
yeah, that's true.
So it's
I've
definitely a
seen-
74. I mean, I'm
I've
reading it
seen-
says 74, but yeah, I can tell
Yeah.
straight away from the mag that that's a 74, not a 5.56 or a 7.62.
Yeah. It's interesting how similar. Like my 106 UR SPR, the 5.56 drink ish. Those mags, like I could, if it didn't have that knuckle that for rocking it into the, I could throw that in like a PMag carrier.
Yeah, they're so close. My chest rig has the Kiwi, I think is what they're called.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
Kiwi, the
Yeah.
Kiwi mag pouches, and they will fit, but they're just not quite perfect. 74 mags fit in there, but they're not quite perfect versus the P mags. Just the Kiwis were made for P mags.
Oh yeah, they just go in and out,
Yeah.
The
The little back tab just throws everything off.
Yeah.
I will say, if you're running true original Russian or Bulgarian mags, there's actually not too bad because they're pretty slick, so they kind of go in pretty easily. But
yeah, that's true. Like the old Bakelite.
Yeah. That's I have. There's somewhere behind me. I have a whole bunch of bakes, plums, and then I got a bunch of Bulgarian Circle 10s.
So my thing, it's so funny because me and you were here together. When I backed out and saw it was only 2 screens, I was like, "Oh no, we lost Rich." But
he's there.
Yeah.
So Patrick, I got a question for you. Where did you get into machining? You got a lathe, you got like a mill. How did you get into that?
So and we're definitely going to go past the 30-minute mark because we got too much to talk about. But
as long as you can,
I'm going to keep going. I'll have to take a nap. When I put the baby down for a nap tomorrow, I'll have to take a nap with him.
Just be like, you know what? Whenever the time is your time to go, just be like, guys, I got to cut it.
It's so hard because I love chatting, especially on this. I like the hooligans that you have as fans.
Yeah.
So my progress through gunsmithing, I started out 2013, just right after Sandy Hook. I remember very specifically it being right after Sandy Hook because everything was sold out, and Cheaper Than Dirt was selling PMags for like $55 a piece.
Yeah.
So that's why I will never buy from them.
Dude, they used to do that all the time, man.
I built my first AR-15, all Spikes Tactical, by buying stuff through AIM Surplus. And I remember working at the company. I worked at a tech company, and I ran this thing that would it was like a little bot that would troll their website for updates. And when something came back in stock, I was able to jump on it before they even like announced it or anything. So I built my first AR off that. And then I was like, well, I want something more challenging. This is really fun. I like building stuff, but I want something a little more challenging. And I had already bought a M44 Mosin, one of the stumpy little Mosins. So I had a taste for Russian surplus. So I decided that I was going to go hard, and I bought a Russian parts kit, a 69 Tula parts kit, I want to say.
Which no one was purchasing those.
No, they were expensive. It was $700. It was $650. $650, and it was pricey, but nobody was buying them. Nobody was really, even in like 2013, nobody was really buying AK parts kits that heavily. 74s were still a thing. I was looking back through my emails up through 2014 and 15. You could still get 1,000 rounds of 5.45, 7.6 for, I think it was $110. No, $170. It was $170 for 1,000 rounds.
Dude,
I remember building my first AR, looking at AIM Surplus, and you could buy a bolt, a barrel, and 1,000 rounds of 7.6 and build out a 7.6, a 5.45 AR-15. Nobody does that anymore. That's unheard of now because who's buying 5.45? But yeah, so I built my first AR, got into AK parts kit, decided to build it in my in a room in a townhome. So I didn't have any hand tools and all thread and stuff like that. I used some people suggest that an AK may have superior qualities to an AR. Would you say that they AKs are looser in their tolerances, much looser in tolerances, and are piston driven, and that lends itself to being very reliable in the areas that they are most heavily used. Let's say that. There are reasons why the AR is better. Personally, I think the AR is a better platform for Western people. I like, for me, if I'm gonna go stalk in the woods or something, if I need, to put on some armor, it's gonna be with an AR, because parts, mags, ammo we have it you could knock on a house in this neighborhood, and I guarantee you find some 5.56, probably.
Right. Yeah.
Good luck finding 5.45 other than in my garage.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I built the AK in the town. I was living in a townhome at the time, and I only had basic tools, so I got what are called TOTH, TOTH. A guy makes garage building. He makes tools for building on like your kitchen counter, where you don't need anything special. Basically, a small vise is really all you need. Everything else uses all thread it's always really neat. It takes a lot of time to do stuff because you're using an all thread to like slowly push the barrel in or out. But it worked. I built an AK off of it. I crunched rivets using the parts, and I still have the tools in the garage. I just don't use them.
So how are you working with press fit rivets with that? Does it generate that much force?
It is. So if you look at Toth's website, he has a riveting jig that it's a little square. It's about this big. You put a big screw onto your rivet, and then there's a metal thing that goes down into that screw. And then on either side of that, you have two massive screws and a bolt, a big metal bar across the top. And you tighten both sides slowly, and it slowly torques its way down and can smash rivets.
Interesting.
It's really slow, but it works. It works.
Hey, if it works, I mean,
his tools aren't horribly expensive either. So if you're looking to build one AK and you don't want to build out a machine shop, Toth is a pretty good place to look.
That's dope.
So how do you bend the flat then?
The flats, did I do a flat build for that? I don't remember if I did a flat or not for that first AK. I can't.
You were saying
they're serialized, or
there are 80s that are pre-bent.
Yeah, I think I might have done an 80 for the first AK. I don't think I did a flat because I didn't have a way of bending it. It's been a while. I'd have to go look back at it.
What was the brand? Was it Childers?
Yeah, Childers. Childers makes them. Morrissey. You can buy Morrissey receivers. My crank is actually built out of Childers. They're really good receivers. So after I got the AK done, I started working on the crank. I got the crank done, and that was a total nightmare. Not having the right tools is a disaster for a crank. At that point, when I had the crank, I decided to spend the money and get a 12-ton press. And then that's when I moved into the pressing of rivets instead of using the screws. And then sometime before that, I built out a 1903 Springfield. I bought a receiver. Aim Surplus was selling drill receivers that had been welded up. There was a company, Gibson's Gunworks or something like that, was buying up drill guns from parades, from organizations that did parades, cutting the barrels off, making sure the threads are good, parking them and sending them out. So I bought one of those receivers. It was $129. Bought a receiver, bought a barrel off eBay, bought one of the parts kits from Sarco.
Oh, jeez.
And that one was fun because I didn't have a lathe, and you have to set the headspace using a reamer to ream the headspace, but you also need to time the barrel. And I timed that barrel by using 200 grit lapping compound over 4 or 5 days in front of the couch. On the couch, watching TV at night, put some on the barrel, on the receiver, and lap the two things together.
I'd have no patience. I'd be having the drill on that going high.
Wow.
Over and over and over. It took me about 4 days.
That, cleaning it, go, lapping it.
Well, no. So I was lapping the... So when you build a 1903 using an original World War II barrel, the AUT3 has a line on the receiver, a witness mark on the receiver, and a witness mark on the barrel. And they should be about 5 degrees off. So that gives you enough tension that when you torque it, you can get a dead nuts on.
Okay.
When you first get it, the first one I got was like 15 degrees off.
Oh, shit.
So normally you would cut the shoulder of the barrel backwards, so it basically tightens on further. I didn't have a lathe, so I couldn't do that. I didn't even know anybody with a lathe, so I couldn't do that. So I used lapping compound to basically machine the two surfaces closer together so it would torque.
That's crazy.
Built that thing out. It shot fine. I ended up trading it off to a guy, and I got the sweet end of that deal. He gave me he wanted one that worked. Desperately wanted one that worked. Sold me his receiver that he had. He sold me his receiver. He traded me 2 receivers for it, plus like $600, I think. So it was like $600, and then a receiver for an Aught 3 and a receiver for an M1 Garand that I still have in the safe that I've never used.
Wow.
So I got the better end of that deal, way better.
So what I know you mentioned you got a 12-ton press. What which, by the way, aren't crazy expensive, right? And
$160, I think.
Yeah, I think
It's more about, I was living in a townhome, a 2-story townhome, and I'm sure my landlord was not happy that I was making guns in my townhome, but
yeah,
I kept it clean.
I think it's important that people understand, and I've kind of had this like limiting belief that, like, you know, I'm a P80 guy, an AR guy, I'm you know, a simple, I'll machine plastic all day. Let's say that,
Right.
okay? But like, I think so many people, when it comes to, you know, metal builds that aren't like even the MUP,
It was
320.
easy. That was such an easy thing to put together.
I haven't done my MUP yet.
Oh, it's so simple. It's real
Really?
simple.
You'll
I don't have it here.
I've got a number of MUP kits. I don't want to talk about this right now because we could go down that rabbit hole. I'm still waiting to hear. It's like, how did I get a lathe? How did I get a mill?
Yeah. Okay, so I did all that. We moved into this house in 2015 or 2016.
See, I only know you in the house you're in.
Yeah. So we moved into the house in 2016. We were living here for like a year and a half. 2017, I want to say, rolled around, and I put out a thing on Facebook that I was like, I've been wanting to, by that point, I built like 6 or 7 8Ks, helping friends build them using the tools that I had, which were kind of bare bones. And I put out a thing on Facebook that year, like, I think it was 2017, saying this is the year that I'm going to get a lathe. And somebody I went to high school with actually messaged me and said, "Hey, I have one. It's really old. It's real heavy. Works great. I don't need it anymore because I upgraded to another really old one." I was like, send me some pictures. Let me take a look. So we ended up, the lathe I have down in the garage probably weighs as much as a car, a small compact.
Massive.
Yeah.
It's
How big is the bed on that?
It's a 13-inch. They say it's a 13-inch swing. I feel like I can eke out a little more than 13, but no, it's a 13-inch from spindle bore. I think it's a 40-inch bed. No, it might be a 30-inch bed.
It's pretty freaking big.
It's a big engine lathe. It's a LeBlond. It's from probably 1929. I mean, it's old enough that the motor section that I have hooked up to, because obviously I have an electric motor hooked up to it, still has all the pulley system where you would hook it to a ceiling rafter.
Right.
That would, a central power source that would turn all of the machines.
Paddle wheel or
in a factory.
Yeah.
It's probably from 1929, and it may have taken us to space. I had heard I heard from the guy that I bought it from that it came from somewhere on the Space Coast. He bought it from another guy that got it basically some place on the Space Coast of Florida, wanted it gone, and he picked it up. The friend of mine bought it from this guy, and then he sold it to me. I think he said he had $1,400 invested in it, and he was like, "If you just want to take it off my hands for 14, it's yours." So I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah." Hardest thing was I had to trailer it out of his garage and then trailer it by myself to the house, and then you're talking 3,000 pounds that you're trying to move around. Luckily, we get a good set of machine skates and some other stuff, so we got it. I mean, it's not going anywhere. You're lucky to move it if you try. I mean, you have to jack it up and put machine skates under it.
Yeah, whenever you sell the home, it's going to say lathe phase with property. Like,
yeah, no,
that's
I've
but
thought
being
about
old,
that. I've actually said to Marley that whenever we move, because at some point I want a bigger house, and I personally would like to have an outbuilding where all of my
Yes.
tools and everything is separate,
Yeah.
so I'm not taking up garage space. But I told her, I was like, next time that happens, we're gonna have more money, and I'm just gonna hire somebody, lathe, milling machine, and both of the safes that are in the garage. I'm paying somebody a couple grand, and they're moving it for me. I'm not dealing with it.
Yeah,
It's just too much work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I know we're at
We'll keep going a little bit longer. I'm having fun.
Okay. Cool.
So I got the lathe. Luckily, I got friendly with Hank and Walter, and was talking to Walter one day about, hey, I need to get myself a milling machine. That's the next kind of thing I'm looking for. And he was like, listen, I have this old Chinesium one that he's had since the 90s. He was like, if you come pick it up and just take it off my hands, you can keep it.
Oh,
like,
that's cool.
Sounds good. Okay.
Chinese mill.
What was that?
I didn't realize that was Chinese.
Yeah, it's a Chinese. Grizzly still imports one. So if you look up a Grizzly, they still import one that's really similar.
So
but yeah, it's Chinese
on that metric or
no, it's they make it for the Western market, so it's all American imperial.
Oh, okay.
That's the milling machine, not the lathe.
Right.
Yeah. So I actually would like to get rid of that at some point and upgrade. I'm hoping in the next year or two to upgrade to a Bridgeport. Try to get myself a Bridgeport, which is a big knee mill.
We've had this conversation. So
yeah,
I come from Long Island, where Grumman, Fairchild, Republic, all of these manufacturers were. There was like in the 80s and 90s, if you could get a Bridgeport off a loading dock, you could have as many as you want for free.
Mm. They during the 80s and 90s, everybody was moving to CNC. Mm-hmm. Everybody wanted to get rid of their manual machines and move up to computer controlled. Nobody wanted manual.
Yeah.
So and those old Bridgeports, they wear a little bit, but they are made. I mean, again, they weigh probably 1,500 pounds, and
but you'll never wear them out.
Yeah,
that's like as a home shop.
Yeah, again, that's the type of stuff. The lathe that I have and Bridgeports are what took us to space, took us to the moon, 100%.
Most of the machinery out there is literally made to eventually fail and be replaced. The really old stuff, like the shit you're talking about, that stuff is
nobody. So the one thing you got to realize is all of that heavy duty machinery like that is all cast iron. We don't even have an industry that can make, like, if we had to start making cast iron stuff right now,
we'd be screwed.
A Lodge, maybe you'd have to go to Lodge and tell them stop making pots and pans and instead start making machinery for war. But we don't have anybody that can make. I don't think we have anybody in the States that can make quality castings any longer, especially for like heavy machinery.
Yeah, we'd have to go to, like you said, Lodge, or what's that restaurant that always sells the Lodge stuff, and they have like gift shop side.
Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel. Yeah, we'll have to get Cracker Barrel and Lodge to start cranking.
We got to start making war stuff.
I honestly think though, like, and this is kind of one of the things that I wanted to at least bring an awareness to other people is that, like, if you have the wherewithal to crank out and the skills to crank out a high quality Glock frame, and if you can, if you're skilled at printing, if you're skilled at refinishing metal, if you're skilled at knocking out ARs and shotguns and 1022s and all the stuff that's in the building world, but you're like, that's metal, that's welding, that's rivets, I don't want to get. You can absolutely. I've discouraged myself from going down.
The biggest thing for me is you need to have a little bit of space. You can't be living in an apartment to do really good metal work. You need to have your own space wherever it is. Even if you got a friend with a out secondary garage or something, you need some space. The tooling isn't expensive. Like I said, that lathe, basically the friend was like, listen, I just want it out of my garage because I got other projects. I'm not even making money on you. Just get rid of it for me. And I was like, manual machines you can find fairly reasonably, unless you're going for something really nice. There's some, people will redo old lathes and stuff, and they'll last $3 or $4 grand. But even still, $3 or $4 grand for a really nice piece of equipment.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
CNC is
what's a
80
ghost
grand
gunner
minimum.
Oh yeah,
what's a ghost gunner cost?
it's 20.
Yeah, no, that little ghost gunner's now 2,800.
Yeah, so that's almost $3 grand.
Yeah, and that is
for a limited.
It's good for what it can do. It's wonderful for what it can do.
Yeah, it's fantastic for what it does.
I would get rid of a lot of tools in my shop. I would never get rid of my lathe. I make a ton of stuff using that lathe. There are random things. I wanted, what was it I wanted the other day? I wanted to have a tool that I wanted to remake a thing that I can put cleaning rod jigs on for like a particular purpose, because I was tired of those like brass cleaning rod that I had that sucked or something. You know, it's for some like really particular purpose. I had welding rod in the garage. I put it on the lathe. I threaded it to the correct spec for the cleaning rods jigs, and I made myself the tool that I needed. It's like I probably could have bought it online for $25 or $30 and waited a week for it to show up. But I was like, I have 3 hours to kill. Let me just make this thing really quick. And I have it and I use it. And now it goes back into the, I have it.
I got to send you an email from a buddy of mine that has like a full machine shop in his garage. It's the most ridiculous story. It's like at midnight, I tried to start up my snowblower. And it's like, and then the sprocket broke. And so I machined a completely new sprocket on my Bridgeport.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
you get to that. So you get to that. And sometimes I have people that are like, why don't you do more? And you have to sometimes step back and go, okay, this is on Amazon. This is $15. I can buy it. It'll be here in 2 days.
Oh yeah.
I will wait the 2 days and do something else because it's going to take me 2 hours. And how much is 2 hours?
Like I was like, I'll take apart the carburetor. I'm like, nah, I pulled the float ball. I cleaned that. If it didn't go, I'm like, screw that.
Buy a whole new carburetor for $25 and bolt it on.
Now, so one of the things we both work in the IT field, or you formerly worked in the IT field.
Mm-hmm.
For me, a lot of what I do, the cloud engineering stuff, most people just don't understand. And most IT people don't understand cloud engineering.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, putting something together and building it that I can show somebody, like the AUG project or something.
It feels so much better to me.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if you have that same feeling.
The reason I hate working with computers is, one, I don't, for whatever reason, when it comes to digital creations, I don't have the mindset of a developer. And I have a couple of friends who are wonderful developers, and they have this, I don't know, it's like a dog chasing a bone. They just, you put them in front of code and you give them a problem and they have to solve it. This one friend in particular, it's like, you give him a problem, he has to solve it. And he will stay up 3 days in a row until he solves it. I don't have that drive when it comes to computers. I don't know what it is about computers. It just has never been. I am the type that, like, I will pull other people's code and stitch it together and kind of make it work until it functions. And then, okay, I'm done. I'm happy it works. But when it comes to mechanical stuff, I don't know why. Mechanical stuff, my brain is obsessive over mechanical things and making things and working on things. I have no idea why that's me.
When it comes to firearms, you're going to find a solution. Like you're not going to be able to sleep until
I have had nights where I cannot go to bed because I have X and Y problem. I had a gun come in 4 days ago now. I came in on Tuesday. They wanted a barrel threaded. Took it all apart, got it in the barrel vise, cannot get the receiver off. Can't get the receiver off. I did everything to try to get the receiver off so I could stick it in the lathe and thread it. Nothing. I mean, I spent 2 days working on it trying to get it apart. Nothing. Can't get the receiver off. I did everything that I could to get the receiver off. Finally, I went to bed one night and I was like I couldn't sleep. I wanted to go down and just keep working on it. Woke up the next morning and was like, okay, I got another idea. Let's see. It's a 24-inch barrel and like 4 inches of. Let me see if I can fit the whole thing on the lathe and just run it between centers. Yes, that'll fit. Okay, that'll work. Let me get it started. And then I went and measured the outside diameter of the end of the barrel, and the barrel was too thin for threading anyways. So 3 days of piddling and wasting time, I had to clean up the whole thing, put it all back together, and take it back to the gun store and tell the customer, actually, we can't even do it because the barrel's too thin. We can't even thread it.
Dang, dude, that's crazy. Hey, Rudy Finney, thank you so much. Rudy Finney gifted 10 DLD After Dark channel memberships. Bro, thank you so much, man. That means so much. That's so a lot of people don't know this, but DLD After Dark has been almost completely stuff with YouTube. I don't even want to talk as far as this platform goes. They're not allowing me to do anything. So this channel is 100% viewer funded. There's nothing else. You guys are making all this happen. So thank you so much. I appreciate all you guys, and thank you. My bad, babyface.
No, you're fine. You're fine. And one thing, looking at myself in the camera here, one thing I will say, the best thing about leaving my desk job and getting on my feet full time is I think I've already lost like 15 or 20 pounds.
Oh, shoot.
Like, if you look back at videos, if I probably did a live stream with you a year ago or so. Go look back at the video of me like during the summer or before summer and look now. Like, I've lost like 10 pounds by just not sitting around.
I'll do side-by-side screenshots.
Yeah. I feel like I've lost about 10 pounds just being on my feet more.
That's the thing. When you're sitting at a computer all day and you're hunched over, and it's completely different than being able to be.
I hate it. And what's funny is I've said it since I got out of college. I've always been in the tech field, and I've always hated it. And I would look out the window and be like, I just want to sit outside. I don't want to do anything in this office. And now I got the opportunity, and we're going to make it work. So
I just want to commend you, man, because usually and this has happened to a lot of us recently, where we've lost gainful employment, and within a couple months of each other, all of us lost a job, right? And the fact that it's so easy to run back to another existing company to fill an existing role, to get an existing paycheck that they're gonna and you know what,
security as well. You just every 2 weeks I have money in the account. I don't have to worry about anything. Life is easy.
Yeah,
Patrick, you have the benefit. Your wife works. She has the medical insurance.
So we have a little bit going for us. Marley's a nurse. We have insurance. She makes I wouldn't say plenty of money. We're a little snug at the moment. We're you could call us paycheck to paycheck at the moment. We have a savings, so we're okay. But it's like currently everything that's coming in is going back out to pay for bills and the baby.
Trust me. When I lost my job in August, I had savings too. But
we've done pretty well not burning through it. But that's because I'm also a fairly good cook. I'm a really good cook. Okay. So basically, I told her, I was like, here's what we're going to do. As long as you're fine with it, I'm going to start the business. We're going to get the FFL. We're going to do all this stuff. The days that you're home, baby's yours. I'm going to be in the garage working, getting stuff done. The days you're not home, he'll be my responsibility. I do the laundry, clean the house, and I make sure there's a hot meal every single night of the week on the table, ready to go. And that's another thing that we talked about the other day. Another reason I feel like I've lost a little bit of weight is not eating trashy processed food all the time. Having multiple home cooked meals like every day. I don't know what it is about processed shit. I swear to God, just keeps weight on you. I have no idea.
Just purely the amount of sodium in there that retains the moisture. But I just want to say, I commend you for it. Instead of you saying, "Oh, I could, hitch my trailer up to this," in another 2, 3, 5, 7 years, whatever, I've ended up in a situation too, where no matter what, no matter how much you contribute, no matter how much you give to a company, no matter how much the millions of dollars that you make them, you may leave with nothing one day. So
what was frustrating to me, and maybe I'm becoming a bit of a communist. I would look at the amount that was billed for my time say I'm not a developer, and they would still, my billable hours were like 135 an hour. 135 an hour. I got paid 35 an hour.
Oh!
Yeah, so I looked at things like that, and I was just like, I have skills beyond just this. I can take that and do way better.
And no, that's not being communist. You're first off, let's just get this out on the table. You're the furthest from a communist possible.
Yeah.
You're just for fair capitalism, not
I hated the same went for my engineers. My engineers were probably making 45, 50 an hour. Nothing huge, but they were billing out like 200 an hour to the customers. Yeah. And I'm just like, I'm so over making you so much fucking money. And then I was happy. I mean, I've never been greedy. I'm happy with 35 an hour. It was fine. That was good money. You know, for a lot of people making 15 an hour, 35 seems like unfathomably huge.
Right.
Yeah. So it was good money. I'm not complaining. But at the same time, I was like, you know what? I'm not happy doing what I do. I don't wake up in the morning and go, hell yeah, I'm ready to work for this company and make a profit. And I want to, I don't know what it is, but I feel like I build something out. I finished painting an AK for a friend today, and it turned out looking awesome. And I pulled that son of a bitch out of the oven from curing the paint, put it together, did some final fitting, and I was like, I have this awesome piece of kit in my hand. And I know the moment that I hand it over to him, he's going to look at it and be like, holy shit, this thing looks good. And that's going to make me feel good.
Yes, that's awesome.
Yes.
It's going to make me feel way better than somebody going, you know, when you work in the IT field as well, nobody ever tells you do a good job. They only complain when you do something wrong. Nobody gives a shit about a good job. So.
Yes.
I was a project manager, and I always tried to tell my engineers, like, listen, you know, everybody's going to be hard on you, but you're doing a good job. Everybody's doing a good job, blah, blah, blah. But nobody gives a shit. Nobody from the top ever gives you that.
Yeah. Prepper Book Club, just want to say thank you for the super chat, brother. He says, great show tonight. Thank you so much. And everyone, make sure that you're also following Babyface P on Instagram. Make sure that you're following him on YouTube. He actually lost his YouTube channel, literally completely.
It was 3 times.
Yeah. Taken down, removed from the internet, and he was able to fight and get it back. So kudos to you. But seriously, man, this needs to be celebrated. Like, I think it's important that all of us like say, fuck the system. I'm not going to be a little, lemming or, ant in your little fucking, remember those shaky things, shaky things, the ant farms, no, I'm not going to be that dude. I'm my own shit and my own,
I had part of the realization for me, and this sounds cliche and stupid, but the stress level in life is a lot lower. There is stress about like making ends meet, bills. I have a company that I owe. I just paid $600 for tools, and I only have $350 in the account, so I better turn a gun around real quick to pay for those tools. There's those sorts of stresses. But like the days that I'm not working 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, I don't have to stress about a lot of. Like I get up with the baby at 8 o'clock in the morning, and him and I go get coffee. Him and I get to hang out until he takes a nap. Like there's so many. The kid's only getting older. He just turned a year, and he's never going backwards. He's only going forwards. And the time that I spend is valuable. It's way more valuable than $30 an hour. I don't know. That's sometimes how I feel.
For sure. Yeah, I've always appreciated your skill, your philosophy. You have a good time. You're doing what you like. I gotta say, I love building guns, and I've had a whole cycle of honeydews and stuff like that. And I'm like, I want to get this done. I want to get this. It's like I'm just so happy.
That's how I am. That's how I am with Walter's Crink is actually downstairs. I was working on before dinner. I was working on pulling the old rivets out of it. And it's one of those things like if it wasn't 11:30 and if I had time, I would be in the garage right now pulling rivets and starting to build his crank back up because that thing's going to be freaking awesome when I get it done for him. But
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. I'm happy and I'm proud. And when I find, situations like this, I I want to make sure that the community, the building community, people like us can rally around you and say, okay, you know what? If I'm gonna support a company, I'm gonna support somebody that said, fuck all them. I'm gonna,
The other thing is, and so from a selfish standpoint, yeah, I'm here. I want to make money, and I want you to come use my services because I make money if you use me. But the other thing is, gunsmithing is a dying art. We had a good gunsmith, very talented gunsmith, die of cancer 2 years ago, and all he took with him 45 years of knowledge, and I only knew him for a good 2.5 or 3. That was not enough time to siphon out his knowledge.
It's about Richard Hoffman.
Yeah. So
Richard Hoffman of BWE Firearms was one of the most knowledgeable people I've ever spoken to.
Richard Hoffman was crazy and sometimes bizarre and all sorts all over the place.
Yeah.
But he was the type of person where I had problems on machine work or something like that, and I was turning. I had this one thing I was turning, and I was like, Richard, I keep breaking bits, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. What am I doing wrong with this? This stainless. I was turning to stainless steel, and it's driving me nuts. And he's like, oh, you're work hardening it. I was like, I don't know why I've turned 7 of these and busted my fingers and broken bits and didn't realize that. Yeah, I am overheating the part and work hardening it. He's like, yeah, all you gotta do is just keep it cool. It won't work hard anymore. And I ran the rest of the rod out and just dripped water over it because I don't have a nice fancy setup. So I just use a sponge and dripped water to keep the rod cool. Didn't work hard. Never had a problem. But it was stuff like that. I would call him and be like, Hoffman, when I got the lathe and really got it set up to start threading, I had a bunch of trouble with it. I couldn't figure out what was going wrong. He drove up from Orlando to Gainesville.
Oh, sure.
To spend like 3 hours with me teaching me how to use my own goddamn lathe that I probably should know how to use because it was user error. Nothing was wrong with the machine. It was totally user error. But he spent like 3 hours with me showing me like, you do this, you catch the thread like this, you do this sort of stuff. And it's sad because that knowledge is literally dying away.
Oh, for sure.
I will say this. I mean, and that's who he was, right? Like,
yeah, he was nice. He's a crazy guy, absolutely, but crazy guy. But he was very nice.
He's the only person I know to this day that was able to threaten an ATF agent with death, and then be like, "Well, okay, we'll leave then." Like anyone else is like, "You're under arrest," hands.
He always told me that she just retired. Unfortunately, she's no longer with the ATF. But the woman that worked as like the head of his local field office, they would get questions about, BWE Firearms, something. And she'd be like, listen, he's been around forever. He's not causing trouble. You don't need to go do another inspection. He said at one point he was buying something to make black powder. He was buying a bunch of chemicals that get you flagged on FBI radar. Well, the FBI came to the local ATF field office and was like, do you know this guy that lives at this address? And she was like, yeah, that's Richard Hoffman. Let me just give him a call. And she called him and she's like, why are you buying these chemicals? Oh, that's what it was. He was trying to get into, what's it called? When you color case hardening. He was buying chemicals to work on color case hardening because he wanted to play with it. And it takes a bunch of caustic chemicals at times. And they called him and was like, what the hell are you doing?
So hold on.
He was like, I'm color case hardening. And so she was like, okay, I'll tell the FBI not to worry about it.
Oh, wow. So hold on. So you're saying that when I purchased 70 pounds of pure calcium ammonium nitrate that I was put on a list? Well, that's not true. I also purchased 30 pounds of potassium nitrate and then ammonium nitrate and then also aluminum powder. I did get the darkened aluminum powder. Yeah. Well, perchlorate. Yeah. And then
potassium perchlorate and sugar is good stuff.
Yeah. It's fun.
It's great for starting. Take it camping with you. Let's say that.
Yeah,
it's great for starting fires.
Family fun, and then also magnesium powder, and then also just stuff that for making little fires.
For anybody that is interested in going into gunsmithing or building or things like that, something else that I can tell you is I have made good relationships. One, YouTube has been very helpful. I have 40,000 subscribers. I put out a video and I can convert on maybe 10 or 12 people, and that's a pretty good amount of money. You know, that's great.
Yeah. One quick second. I'll be right here listening. Go
ahead. The other thing that I did is I have built relationships with some of the local gun stores. Went to them and I said, hey, you know, are you looking for a gunsmith? Because I would love to take on work for you. And it turns out that the gunsmith for North Central Florida is about 75 years old and doesn't want a gunsmith any longer.
Oh, wow.
He's down in Ocala, and his wait time is like a year to get anything done because he's mostly retired, and you got to twist his arm to get him to do something because he supposedly just doesn't want to do stuff anymore. He's like, I don't want to, I'm done, I'm tired. So all the local gun stores are happy to have somebody local that I can pick up a barrel from you and turn it around in 3 days and have it threaded, which is unheard of for most gunsmiths. So
okay,
building a rapport with the local gun shops is another great thing. And again, your local gunsmiths are dying off. Somebody needs to fill their space, and I'm hoping I'm not the only one. I would love to service most of North Central Florida, but somebody's got to cover Miami. Somebody's got to cover Tampa. You know, there's markets out there that if you're we're down where you live, Rich, somebody could take that area where you live and cover all of Southeast Florida. That's a huge stretch of people right there. That's a lot of people.
In just simple things. So like I worked in an automotive machine shop building engines and stuff like that. So I don't have general, machine shop experience like with a Bridgeport or a lathe. It was a brake lathe. It was a mill to mill engine.
The decking engines.
Heads and it was a valve cutting machine too. So
those are very specialized, but that's some good money right there.
But I learned how to do that stuff. Well, in my neighborhood, in New York, if I did a brake job on my car, I would go to my friend's shop. And I mean, when I was still living in New York, like 15 years ago, I would just, give him some money. I'd throw it on the brake lathe just to practice the skill and do it myself. Here, nobody does that. Like it used to be every auto shop had a brake lathe in the back.
That's all gone. That's all specialty now.
There's like one guy.
We live in a disposable economy. DB Cooper is asking, do I chamber barrel blanks? I can. Right now, I don't have any roughing reamers. It's not something. Making precision bolt guns is not something I've really done before. I could always do it. It's not hard. It's just where I am. There's not a huge market for it. If the market ever popped up, then I would have no problem roughing out and finish reaming barrels. But machine work is dying. You can't find somebody who can. There's nobody that does rotors, rebalancing rotors, cutting them again. It's just throw them in the trash and get new ones. You don't need to work on them.
They want it to die. They the people that are the elites, the whatever you guys want to call it, right? They want this to die, so we are not self-sufficient. So we have it's
like a subscription model.
Yeah, exactly. You don't own anything. SaaS is a lie, by the way. I've said that for a long time. Software as a service, anything as a service is a lie. You don't get to own anything.
So one story I want to relate, maybe Patrick, you can relate to this. In New York, there was this one airframe power plant mechanic. His name was Irv Fishman. God bless that man. What a brilliant guy. just like Richard Hoffman to the gun community. He knew everything about airplanes. And I'd ask him a question. He'd yell at me. He was a crotchety old guy. He's like, I don't do computers. You don't do airplanes. And so I would, take the tongue lashing. And finally, one day I said to him, you know what, Irv? You weren't born knowing all this stuff. You learned this from somebody. And if you don't tell me, if you don't share the knowledge, you're going to take it to your grave. And then he kind of changed his tune with me. I've had the opportunity to apprentice in a couple of different areas with people, and it's been wonderful. It's just fantastic. Do that.
The old curmudgeons. Somebody was asking if I could do a 300 blackout. Yeah, totally. If you can find a barrel in a park skid, we can make a 300 blackout.
I actually saw. I just want to add this before you add the curmudgeon fuds. Dude, I saw somebody took an Arsenal SLR 106 UR SBR. God, that's a mouthful. It's a Krinken 5.56, 8.3-inch barrel for everyone out there that doesn't know. Converted to 300 blackout, suppressed with 24 by 1.5.
It would be cool in the cool factor. It wouldn't be very practical because the AK action is really noisy. AKs aren't wonderful at being suppressed just because they have really noisy actions. But it's cool from a cool standpoint. It's pretty neat.
Well, honestly, so with an 8.3-inch 5.56, that's like, cool. With an 8.3-inch 300 blackout, that's like
where it's neat. Yeah, because I mean, you're building something. When you build out a 16-inch 300 blackout, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. But where could I find a 300 blackout barrel that would, or could we ream that 5.5? No. Like what?
You couldn't redo the 5.56. You'd have to find one. Green Mountain would be where I would look, or do like a Google search for like 300 black AK barrel. You probably find something.
Yeah. I always wish I got that gun in 7.62 by 39. But if they were not even being imported at that time, and then later on. I found a bunch of Plum Circle 10 mags, 10 rounder, 30 rounder, 40 rounder.
Those things are gold now,
dude.
They're worth so much money.
Last I looked, they were going for $250, $300 per magazine. Per magazine, and I have a whole. I got the Chrome Draco AK.
Hold on. All of those. There's the front one is Russian, and then the others are all Bulgarian, and they each have 4 mags, and they're each loaded with 7 and 6.
Wow!
And I have another 750 round case of 7 and 6, and then I got 1,000, whatever comes in a crate, which I think is 2,000 rounds of 7 and 6 in the garage. I have a lot of 7 and 6 that I'm never going to shoot because I can't replace it.
Yeah, that's the thing. My buddy's got in the vault, the huge walk-in vault with the giant vault door or whatever. He's got a bunch of like he would order like pallets of that shit because it was nothing. He was like, I'm not gonna shoot any of these. Ever.
I was looking at emails. 7 and 6. You could get 1,000 rounds for 170. 7 in 1, I think, which is the Mosin Nagant round. You could get a 440 round spam can for $89.
Wow.
Well,
that was back when Mosins were 60, 70, 80.
You buy the crates with 1,600 rounds.
The email, I was looking back through my emails, and they had AIM Surplus had an email that literally was like, Mosins are back in stock. Buy them by the crate.
Wow.
Yes.
Did I miss that, man?
I know. It's all gone. And you know who killed it? The Obama administration. Thanks, Obama.
One day, though, I promise you guys, one day, we're all going to be sitting around while our kids are like, listening to music on their new neuro chips in their head. We're going to be sitting around one day and be like, remember when you could buy everything to build a rifle online? Like, it's going to be something totally foreign,
I hope I feel like we are making progress in retaking gun rights. And not only that, we are making progress in the culture war. I feel like we really are making progress in the culture war. You see lots and lots and lots of people that a lefty will come out and be like, guns are scary. And you see tons of people that are like, you stupid, guns are fun. Guns are awesome. I like guns. And it's not even like college age kids now are like, yeah, guns are sweet. I want guns. Why would I want to vote against guns? I like guns. So I feel like we're somewhat winning the culture war.
Yeah,
It's just
I think first-person shooters are helping a lot. I
games
think
games help a lot, and then realizing like we're unfortunately I'm going to lump us all in together. We're not big enough, but you see folks like Brandon Herrera or Flannel Daddy. What's Flannel Daddy?
Brandon Grantham.
Grantham, yeah, Grantham. Folks like them and Grantham. As far as I can, Brandon and Grantham, Mike are both very unapologetically pro 2A, like very pro 2A. And when you
I'll
see,
say hi to those guys for you tomorrow at the circle.
oh, are you going? You going to is shop tomorrow?
Yeah,
he's gonna be at the Circle Bar.
Yeah.
Tell them hi. Brandon knows me. I got Brandon's phone number. He doesn't talk to me anymore. He's too big.
He doesn't talk to me
You got to
anymore
donate
either.
to his campaign. Then
I texted him and I was like, "Hey man, I'd like to help with the campaign." Never heard back. He's probably busy.
Here's a funny thing though. So a bunch of us have Brandon's number, and he very seldomly responds. And I was talking to James Reeves actually one night, and James Reeves is such a fucking class act. Like, he'll call and pick up and be like, DLD, how's it going? Like, and he just answers. Like, the guy's such a good guy. And I was like, man, question. I'm trying to see if we can get a hold of Brandon because of the thing going on with CRS. And he actually ended up talking about it on his channel anyway, right? So it brought more awareness to how to contribute to him. But I was like, James, Brandon Herrera is not picking up or not responding. It's been a couple weeks, and I've hit him up a few times. What do you recommend? He was like, Dark,
just the way it is.
He's one of my best friends. And when he and I were at SHOT Show together, I left my wallet in his car. He didn't respond back to me for 4 weeks. Like, he was like, he just does not respond at all.
He's the type. I messaged him. I texted him like a year ago and was like, man, I'm having trouble with this. And he got back to me within like 30 seconds and was like, yes. And then 3 months later, I texted him about the campaign. I was like, hey, let me help the campaign. Nothing.
So that's how he is. It's either right away or never.
And on the flip side, I hear Grantham is also extremely friendly guy. I don't know him personally. I know a couple guys that know him, and I hear he's everything that you see on video is pretty much who he is. He's unapologetically pro 2A, and that's awesome. It's awesome to see, because to me, I have massive disappointment. I think that oh God, what's the old guy that used to be huge on YouTube? I don't even know if he still is. I always think of him as
Hickok 45.
Hickok, yeah.
Hey,
I think
with him
Hickok had a great platform that he could have taken things further. Freaking Demolition Ranch disappoints me to no end because he has no interest in pushing gun rights, as far as I can tell. Zero. He's interested in playing the YouTube algorithm and making money, and that's it. That's the way I feel. You see people like Herrera and Brandon and Mike seem to really give a shit about not just making money off of YouTube, but being like, no, this is how we need to take our rights back. We need to stop fluffing around,
Yes.
But that's the interesting thing. Like you're saying, like they're friendly with each other, right? I would say they're friends, right? And here we are just talking about other men, right?
It's funny. All right. So like me, Dark, Crump, Walter, Hank, we're all neck deep in this crap. We're like, no guns, fuck you. You don't. And look, none of us are making a killing. We're not making a living on YouTube or anything like that, so it doesn't matter to us.
My and to the great thing now about running my own company is I don't feel bad about going on Twitter and blasting whatever the fuck I feel like. Because if you don't like me, you can't go get me fired from the company that I own. Fuck you.
Yeah, right. Marley could fire you.
Marley could fire me, and then I don't know what I'm going to have to. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, but then what the fuck is she going to do?
I used to be afraid when I was working at previous companies, tech companies. I used to be afraid. I was like, man, if I say something wrong, somebody's going to get it back to my boss. And then now I'm just like, I don't care. I'll tell anybody anything I want. I don't give a fuck. Like,
what's business? I'm the opposite of Dark. Nobody knows Dark's real name, where he lives.
See, I'm in the same boat as you.
I'm
very few. It's easy enough to find if you look, but
people know. I guarantee, guys don't, but I guarantee
Just
a lot of
put
people
one in the
right
chat
now,
if you know his real name.
because
Don't put
of
his name.
John, because of John fucking Crump.
Yeah, it's because of
okay?
John. Yeah.
Accidentally calling me by my fucking name all the time.
Yeah.
But yes,
So
I just love that I get a phone call from John who says, "Hey, do you want to be part of a lawsuit?" Yeah, sure. Okay, bye. And then and then my name just shows up in the brief for that one thing.
Boom.
Yeah, there you go.
But you mean his name isn't Dark? But here's the funny thing. So in real life, a lot of people do call me Dark, like people that are friends with me.
Yeah, people call me PFP. It's fine.
But the funny thing is that, like, so yes, Crump accidentally says my name all the time because he's Crump, right? But usually because he's playing Call of Duty while he live streams. But the funny thing is that, like, there was a moment where, just like you said, when Crump called and said, "Hey, do you want to be part of this lawsuit?"
Yeah.
And I said yes. And he's like, "All right, you got to put your name on it." And I was like, "Oh, do I want to do this, or do I want to cower?"
It was a big enough deal to me that I was like, yeah, that's fine.
Exactly. So I was like, put me on there, put my real name on there. And then he was like, "Do you want to be part of this?" I said, "Yep, put my real name on there." And then there's YouTube channels, 2AEDU, and these other people are like, "Guys, look at this sheet. Iraq veteran 8888.
Yeah,
This shit was viewed 750,000 times."
Yeah.
And he's got my full government name up there like this. I'm like, ah!
Yeah.
But
the thing for me is I have to now, especially because I run a business out of my home, I'm easy to find. And I have parts kits coming in, and when somebody says, "Where do I send it?" I can't send serialized parts to a P.O. box. It has to come to the house because I have to sign for it. So it's just the way it is. We stay strapped around here. If anybody thinks they're going to come fuff around at this place, they're going to have a very bad time. So that's all I'm going to say.
Your neighborhood, every car that goes by in your neighborhood.
We do. I wish I was filming. I wish I had a camera at the front of the house today because I had my friend's AK hanging by a thing in the driveway as I was spraying it. I was gun coating it.
Yeah. Shit,
I had a guy walk by the house that I've seen. He's new to the neighborhood. I don't know who he is, but he walked by 4, 5, 6 times. And on one of the times, he walked and literally did the biggest, goofiest triple take I've ever seen in my life. He was walking and he looked and then was like, and then kept walking and then did one of these like over his shoulder. And I was like, yeah, I'm painting an AK on my front lawn. You're lucky I'm not in my underwear. Deal with it.
Come fuck with me. Dude, that's like today Vinci's. If I were to guess, I would guess Muhammad.
The odds are in my favor.
So, like today, I live in a very a very decent suburban area, and it's nice. Would you say nice? Yeah. It's nice, and I'd like to normalize shooting and firearms and stuff like that, but also not too crazy. Like I don't go to Walmart open carrying an AR, right? Although we did go to Walmart today. But anyway, we walk outside because we're going to the range. We got dope footage today, by the way. And we're walking out and we got lots of shit. I got my gun belt slung over my arm, my fucking helmet, and we're just walking out thousands of rounds and we're just and dude walks by.
The funniest thing to me is
guy, right? Yeah.
The funniest thing to me is I have my neighbor's probably in her mid 80s, early to mid 80s, and she is, as far as I can tell, very liberal. She's like vegan, vegetarian diet. A very nice woman. We really get along with her very well. She has repeatedly told me multiple times, like, "Man, I feel so much safer with you living next to me. I feel so much safer having you around." Like, "Oh yeah, we have that happen in the neighborhood, and man, I just feel safe having you over here." And it's like, yeah, because if shit ever goes down, I will be at her house helping,
Yeah, she's gonna need you, dude.
But
like that's how the world works, right? And
but it was just funny, the triple take he gave me, and I was just like, yeah, this is it.
I got my paint box in my garage, the cardboard that I put out, and I just go in the driveway. You know?
So when I shoot in my yard, because I got an acre and a quarter. My neighbors are all calling up. They're like, "Hey, can I come over? What do you do? What do you shoot?"
Yeah.
That's why. So behind my house, there's a flag lot, and he's got 2 houses on the property. So he rents one out. He's like, his new tenant's got like 10 reloading presses. He's like, he's been dying to meet you. I'm like, well, tell him come on over.
Shooting at Hanks used to be more fun. Now nobody gives a shit any longer. But when we used to go out there 7 years ago with machine guns, it was before he was well known in the area. So the sheriff's department would show up, and most of the time I've only been there like three times when the sheriff's department showed up. One time it was a guy I used to work with at a gun store. And he was like, yeah, I'm on the sheriff's department now. I was like, oh, hey, yeah, man. Good to see you. He's like, okay, just checking in. I got the call. I had to come say hi. And then another time, the two sheriff's deputies came out and were like, a little standoffish at the gate. What's going on? And then one guy was like, I think I know who you are. You run a YouTube channel. And Hank was like, yeah, I run a YouTube channel. We're back at the range shooting. He was like, y'all are welcome to come back if you want. And he was like, no. And Hank ended up giving them, they had come back. It was like right after SHOT Show at some point. And he ended up giving the cops like t-shirts and hats and patches and stickers from SHOT Show. Because you get all that garbage swag. Yeah. And he was like, take it to the office and put it on the counter. People will love having it. Yeah, and now it's boring. We don't even get the cops called anymore. Nobody comes.
Dude,
I was shooting video on last Saturday, and I was popping off testing out the Nylog, and I take my ear pro off, and I hear like 3 houses over, bang 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 bang, and I'm like, oh, they're just answering my call.
That's awesome. Here, let me show. I want to show you something real quick.
So you got your Nylog running good.
Perfect. The 36. I don't know how I just completely read over your responses because you literally put exactly what needed to be done, and I completely read past them and just did my own thing. The 36 drill bit was the answer. That fixed everything, and it runs like a hot damn now. I mean, it flings brass in a nice little pile and locks open on an empty bolt. The only thing I did have problems with are the MSAR mags. One of the mags, the follower was a little too long. There was like some sprue on the back of the molding of the follower. I had to take the mag apart and just do some sanding on the follower. Works perfect now.
Yeah, I just want to show.
That's what you get from Microtech magazines.
Just a quick. I saw an MSAR for sale the other day. Here, let me show you guys.
I want one so bad.
Me too.
Just a little snippet.
They had. I should have said. Do you actually want one, Rick?
Oh yeah.
There was one on Gunbroker that I should have sent to you because you probably have the money. They wanted $1,800, and it was the full kit like Walter has: magazines, MSAR, knife, sheath, all of it for $1,800. And I told Walter, I was like, Walter, go buy this for me so I can do layaway. And he never replied back. But yeah, they wanted $1,800, and I should have. I was so close. If I had been working a full-time job again, I would have told Marley, "Listen, I have to buy this. It's too bad."
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. I wanted it so bad,
dude. You see something? I want.
I'll send it to you next time I see it. I'll send it to you if it pops back up on Gunbroker. I know. I want it.
All right, let me show you this real quick. So Rich and I went shooting today. We actually went in a private lane at XCal, and
clothing optional.
Yes, and we shot a few things, but one thing specifically I want to show off. Okay, now it's not
the helmet.
Oh yeah. So that was the binary. Well, the PR trigger, the press release trigger, the
press release
binary trigger from PR triggers, which is JSC Supply, PR Triggers, Patmos, all those guys. Man, that thing is you got to get used to. So at first it was like
the cadence.
Yeah, he got it, and he was shooting it, and it was like bang, 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 and then I got it, and it was like bang, and then the second round wouldn't go off, and I was like, what the hell? Click, 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 bang, wouldn't go off on the second. So then I bang, bang, okay, I got it, bang, 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 and then it started kind of.
You really need that like pull, release, pull, release, pull, release. You got to get that like perfect cadence, perfect rhythm.
Yep. We got some good. Let's see. I think this one was another good one.
It's no longer.
I need to do that over. That was gay.
I should look to see if they it was in a gun store. I should call the gun store and see if they still have it because I want that son of a bitch.
Go full semi-auto.
I'm pretty good. That's pretty good
for for binary trigger.
Come July, you'll have to make a trip down here to Florida. Come July, I'm gonna just pay my $500 stipend to the government, and I'm just gonna make a third pin, and then I'm gonna make a trigger pack for the MP5, and then I'm gonna make an AK, and then I'm gonna have a bunch of full autos in the safe.
If you need a jig for that .125, holla at your boy.
Also, I gotta find somebody that makes an 80% Glock selector, so I can SOT a Glock selector and do a full auto Glock. Because why not? Why not?
Yeah, dude, you guys.
I saw one on online. A guy that does it. You have to be an SOT and have him send it to you.
Oh, wait a second.
It's an 80%. You do the finish drilling on it, and
what about that?
What?
You can 3D print one.
I'm sure you can. I would rather have, if I'm going to make one and have to serialize it with the government, I'd rather have a nice aluminum one.
Well, you can actually 3D print one and then use a nail for the, you can machine down a nail.
I mean, I could serialize a Yankee Boogle as well, but why do that when I can just drill a third pin in a lower?
I totally get, if you're gonna do it all the way for how John Moses Browning and God intended it. It's cool though. So one of a couple of the Glocks at XCal, they were like, yeah, we did a conversion on this. It's a machine gun, and I was like, oh. I was like, do you mind if I take it down and take a look? He was like, well, you're not supposed. I was like, cool. And I take it apart, start looking at it. These fools. Maybe I should say this? I should say it. These fools literally soldered the shape of the sear trip, the piece that pushes down the cruciform, on the slide.
So it's not a select fire gun. It is a all fire gun.
Machine gun only. Now it doesn't run away because if you're not pressing the trigger, when the slide closes, it won't go bang, right? Yep. And it was hard for me to think like, okay, hold on. If it was on the slide, then if you pulled the trigger once, it would just open up. And I was like, no.
The disconnector stops it.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. Well, also the fact, I mean, there may be an issue with, would you have a dead trigger?
Because... You know what I should do? I should make a video of myself serializing a shoestring. I'll have to get myself an M14 because that's what it was. You guys remember the M14 shoestring machine gun?
Yeah.
For anybody that's new out there, there was a guy back in the early 2000s, I want to say, who put in a request to the ATF technical branch saying, hey, if I tie a loop of shoestring around the bolt handle on an M14 and then wrap it around and around the trigger, basically when the bolt goes forward, the trigger goes backwards. Is this a machine gun? And the ATF told him, yes, that shoestring is now a machine gun.
Yeah.
So no shit, I should really just put into the ATF. Yeah, I'm making a shoestring machine gun for an M14.
Dude, that would be the best video, best performance.
I could do an M1 carbine. Do a shoestring M1 carbine machine gun.
Could you?
This is a fully compatible. Listen, this shoestring will make it compatible with the M1 Garand, M1 carbine, M14 M1A. We could make it. What's that? BM59. We can make it.
You know what? It may even work with like a P08 Luger or something like that.
If you can figure out how to get it to pull, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But another thing too, I just want to add this too for you guys out there. Hey, what's up, Bob? Good to see you. So an interesting thing is that a lot of people like to build ARs, but A, don't do it correctly, or assemble ARs. B, don't have the proper tools. C, they have to borrow tools from this guy, and they need to. I got that shitty wrench down here, but they don't have all the right stuff. So, you guys out there, if you went to go ask for reputable, skilled gun builders to put something together for you, usually you'd be looking at least a few $100, if not more. Babyface P, because I know you gotta head out here. It's midnight almost.
Yeah, I get it.
Let them know how much you would charge to assemble an AR for folks.
We go to ChromeVandiumArms.com and click on price sheet, and the price for a build of an AR-15 I have at $80.
Woohoo.
If you want an AR-15, you send me all the parts, and you want it torqued to proper spec per the manufacturer, $80. I'll get it done for you.
Dude,
yeah, I have all the tools, so why not? I mean, it's not something I'm going to specialize in, but yeah, if you want your bolts torqued to 25 inch-pounds and your front nut torqued to 40 foot-pounds, whatever it has to be, I can $80 and I'll get it done for you.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about you owning the gun, a lot of people don't know this. As a gunsmith, you mail me your serialized item, I finish it, and I mail it directly back to you. It doesn't have to go to an FFL because it's yours already. You own it. It just goes back into your hands. Yeah.
Yep. Same thing for like stippling. You send a Glock frame out to somebody, they stipple it,
comes right back
to you.
As long as the original person who sent it is picking it back up, or locally, it's easy because I know who's coming by. But yeah, as long as I'm sending it to the right address to the right person and they get it, it comes right back to your door.
From what I understand, it must be USPS.
I don't know enough about that. The ATF website says no handguns via USPS, only UPS or FedEx.
Yeah.
No, you know what? I think
sent FedEx.
Somebody told me
rifles can go US Postal, but I believe US Postal does not like
what was it?
Handguns going across state lines.
No, for complete handguns through the mail.
Can he add threading to a pistol barrel? I can, depending. I'm guessing you want the barrel lengthened and then threaded. It's possible. It's kind of a pain in the ass. It usually is cheaper if you can, unless it's a really rare gun. It's usually cheaper to go look at like Barstow or something like that and find a barrel and just buy it. That's usually the better bet.
So Bob is asking, so I can send you my old 80% kit.
It depends on what you want done with it. If you send me an 80%, so I have a guy right now who wants to send me an AK parts kit and his 80% receiver. And I said, yeah, that's totally fine. The only problem with that is I then have to serialize it, which you can pick whatever serial you want. And then it does have to go back to an FFL because it then has to be transferred. Unless you're local and I'm your FFL and I can do the 4473 for you.
Yeah. And Chuck Norris, I think you may be behind a little bit, but so what he's saying is absolutely correct. Unless you're an SOT and the person you're buying it from says, I will only send this to you if you are an SOT.
Yeah. There's a guy that sells Glock switches, 80% Glock switches, but you have to send him your FFL SOT paperwork and then he sends it to you.
Yeah, definitely wanted to clarify that. And guys, don't go do stuff because you're getting inspired by the kind of shit that we're talking about. Don't break the law, okay?
Don't break the law, no, but build all the guns you can. I guess we'll sign out. I will sign off by saying, if you want something built, ChromeVandiumArms.com is the place to go looking. The price sheet is on the top right. It's not exhaustive. If you have some idea of other... I actually had a guy that got in contact a couple days ago because he wants his 1911 Parkerized. And I was like, yeah, $150. You send it to me. I'll strip it down. I'll Parkerize it. I'll send it back. So yeah, it's the list isn't exhaustive. It's just kind of a basic guide as to what I'm going to charge. But yeah, if you want something built, AKs, if you got something you want rust blued, I'd love to. I love doing rust blues. If you want something even just converted, like if you got some rust in an old blued gun and you want it to not be rusty, you want it to be dark again, send it to me. We'll boil it. We will convert it. I'll put it back together and ship it back out to you.
That's awesome, dude. Could you do metal refinishing like shiny stuff?
For bluing, to do shiny stuff, you have to do hot bluing, and I'm not doing hot bluing. Hot bluing is super, super caustic. It is not something I want in my garage at the moment.
Yeah, no, I got you there. I mean, like a stainless kind of color, like polishing.
I'm sure I can. I don't have a whole lot of skill in polishing out stuff, but I'm sure I could do it.
Okay.
The only things I know what you have to watch for when you're using a polishing wheel, you got to watch about rounding corners and screw holes and stuff like that because you'll divot them in. So I'm sure I can do it. I've just never done it. If you got an idea for something, just tell me.
Yeah, I'll hit you up offline and
Okay.
definitely kind of look at what the options are. But for everyone out there, I always say, like, let's support the people that support us. This is, Babyface P is like part of our family. He's part of the Freedom Crew University team.
I know I've been a bad member of that, and I need to get better.
Dude, it's okay. We are shifting things to a different model that is going to be great for the viewers. It is going to be great for the people. They're basically going to get access to everything for like paying this much, like nothing. Like for the cost that they would have paid for a video or two, they're going to get access to every single thing on the site. And then there's like other tiers where they can like do a one-on-one session with DLD to do a polymer 80 or do
that's also available. I never priced any of that out, but if anybody wants to go through Freedom Crew and do some sort of one-on-one with gunsmithing or bluing or AK building or anything like that, talk to I'm sure you can send them a support email. I'd be happy to do that with you guys through the Freedom Crew stuff.
Yeah, and even if you guys can reach out to me or MGB or we'll get you connected with the right people. So
one more thing, real quick before I sign off, and I'm going to make you feel even worse. Kurt just posted my Instagram. Somebody, if you want, if you guys are watching this, go check out my Instagram. The last post that I did today, it looks like a rainbow. Go click on that one. There is a beautiful puppy that lives in my house that doesn't belong here, that needs a new home.
Oh man.
And he is a wonderful creature and he needs a good home. And if anybody's looking to take him in, let me know. He is absolutely awesome. We've gotten him pretty much housebroken. He's still a puppy. He still has his accidents, but he's pretty much housebroken. He's crate trained. He'll come with a harness, some food, a leash, a bed. He is
dog. I'm looking now.
This is the fox, right?
Yeah, he's a turnkey best friend ready to go. So if anybody out there is looking for a dog, bigger space would probably be best, but it would not be a deal breaker. He is very happy sleeping on the couch all day and then just going for a walk at the end of the day. So just throwing it out there. If anybody's looking for a dog, tell me.
Yeah, and beautiful dog. I talked to
he's a great dog.
Yeah,
he has a great personality.
Babyface P a few months ago about it, and I just can't pull it off, man. I know. Trust me, I'd love to. Gorgeous dog, and just
seriously. Once he warms up to you, he's a little timid around men. I think somebody beat him. Oh, but once he warms up to you, he is a freaking goofiest personality. He just wants to lay on your lap, like put his head on your lap, and have you give scratches all day. So.
Oh. That's super cute, man. Well, yeah.
So that's it for me. I gotta get some.
We support Babyface P, and also remember that like supporting doesn't mean like everyone is not in the position to go build a rifle.
No.
But
if you know somebody, though, if the best thing is keep me at the front of your mind. If somebody comes along and goes, "Man, I really want to build out an AK," send them my way. Or, "Man, I have this thing that I need somebody to work on." Just remember. Yeah. Find me. Babyface P is probably the easiest way to find it because it's something to remember. But ChromeVandium Arms will get you to the website as well.
Yep. And also, guys, remember, like when you're on Instagram, if you see a post that Patrick posts, you can be like, "Oh, dope," and then keep scrolling, or you could like it and then share it on your story, share it on your Insta. Push it out there. Like let's support him more through. That shit's free. So. Let's support him.
Yeah, I'm going to be posting a lot. I realize that it's so easy for me now to do like a daily post because I'm going to be building all sorts of stuff.
Well,
there's going to be all sorts of random shit that I can post that people.
I love watching your bluing video. I've watched.
Yeah, thank you. The threading thing the other day about checking the OD got way more traction than I ever thought it would, and a bunch of people were like, "Oh yeah, that's an easy mistake to make." And I was like. I can't believe people watch this, but okay.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. But keep it up, man. We support you. We appreciate you. And I
got to try to go get some sleep before the baby wakes me back up.
Yeah, man. Do
It's
your
just
thing. We're gonna...
Marley's working tomorrow, so it's just him and I for the day.
Oh, I got you, man. We're gonna stick around for a little bit, but Babyface P,
Thanks, buddy.
thank you,
Night,
man.
gents. In Dark, we can do this again. I know I stayed on late, but I would still be happy to do this again and talk some more because I can always sit here and shoot the shit with you guys.
Oh, dude, I would love to. Well,
when is SHOT Show? Next week?
Yeah, it starts Tuesday technically.
Yeah.
We gotta get you on doing the live thing again like we did last year.
Yeah.
Talk to Hank.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Walter and I will be there.
So we can see some cool stuff. Go find. I always try to say this, and it always breaks up really bad. Go to the basement and find like the really small companies. See if you can find.
I troll the basement.
Yeah, that's the best one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. We spent a lot of time there last year.
Good night, gentlemen.
All right, brother. Thank you for coming on. We'll see you, man.
Bye, guys.
Later. All right, now we can actually engage with chat. I'm gonna see if I can. I had to put my peak.
So that's fun. I was over at Patrick's, and it's like I went to pet the dog, and it's like he just kind of backed away, and I didn't realize the dog I have, she must have been abused by a man because she's very timid towards men.
Yeah.
And I had just walked her, like she's wonderful with me. And I picked up my foot to take like my shoe off as I came in the house. She ran. So I'm thinking a man kicked her. Like
Yeah.
I was like, I just wanted to cry because I'm like,
I knew a girl that was really, really timid towards men after I was done with her. I'm sorry, that's a terrible joke. I'm sorry, I should not joke about that. Dude, the funny thing is like the shit that Rich and I get to say to each other now that we're together and we're not talking over devices. We just grab the Faraday bag, throw our phones and devices in there, and then we're just like, oh, can you believe? Yeah. All right, so now let's look through chat. Damien Christ, what's up, brother? Zanti, Sport Brand, great to see you guys. Puppy Pimpin', Chuck Norris, good to see you, bro.
I saw Ting Ting in there.
Yeah, Ting Ting's in here too. I love me some Tang. There was actually a show.
I thought you were going to say there was an Asian girl at the range today and remind you of Ting Ting.
Yeah, I think she was a light caramel color, but I don't think she was Asian though.
No.
But she was hot. But no, there's a show. And it's called, I think it was called Safe, and it's got the guy from Dexter in it, and it's this crazy, like very suspenseful, like crazy ass story about his daughter that goes missing. Her boyfriend shows up like dead, and she's assumed dead, and it's insane. Okay, but the theme song for it is a guy who's like in the song, he says ting ting like 20 times.
Oh no.
And I was like, dude, I need to find the song so I can tell Ting Ting to go look at them. Anyway, Vanessa Kitty, good to see you. Joe Morris, what up? Benchies go boom.
Benchies, we need to talk.
Yes, actually, Benchies, I was going to call you yesterday and today. We have a project that is so dope, and it is so California dope too. And that's all I can say right now. Bob, what's up, Bob? Thanks for coming out. BV Luminous, my guy, what's up, brother? Sam Man, good to see you. God bless BFP, absolutely.
Sport Brand
is my guy.
Damien Christ, how's it going, man?
My brother in Christ. Let's see, Too Many Choices. What's up, Too Many Choices? He's probably loading up some 40 caliber mags, something like that, FCU for the win, absolutely.
Yeah,
Kurt 24. All you guys, JC9, great to see all y'all, man. Let's see who else.
Anthony against Smith. Masses, who was very active in Crump's live last night.
Yes, very, very. Fluffy Bunny Arsenal, great to see you. Sabar's back.
Subpar
Prince. Mike McClune, what's up, brother?
Hello.
Good to see you. Drew, what's up? Jeez. Good. If you have to, with that level of urgency, shut off your phone. He was like,
No, it was kept on talking.
And this is the shirt. Tyrant Eradication Team. Disobedience becomes duty. But I don't know if y'all heard it, but the quote is incorrect. It's actually not when disobedience, when tyranny becomes law, disobedience becomes duty. It's actually rebellion becomes duty, and I messed that up. Prepper Book Club, good to see you. Vulcan, what's up, Vulcan? Good to see you. My ex-girlfriend said I was bad at commitment, but I watched every episode of The Sopranos at least 11 times. So clearly she was wrong. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. Vulcan, Joe Morris, Man Against the Masses, Drew. Good to see all you guys. Yeah, we love you too. We love you too. So I want to support Patrick in every way that we can because look, I can relate. I mean, losing my job in August and then saying, fuck it, I'm gonna jump in and just do every single possible thing that I could do to make DLD hardware the best thing, the best possible thing for the community, and also something that could actually help sustain, your boy and his family. So it's tough, man, when you say, I don't want to get a job anymore. I don't want to be, held down. I want to be as self-sufficient and independent as possible. Now, I do still bank on things like USPS, the mail, and the bullshit like that. Don't get it confused that this is in some way like bucking the system. It's hard as shit. I was up till 4:30 in the morning doing packages, and literally the first time Rich came over, he had to sit downstairs for like 4 or 5 hours while I did packages.
Yep.
Like you're always going to be making compromises and sacrifices, but I never had I can be proud about what I'm doing. I can make a positive impact on the community, help gun builders, and at the same time say fuck the ATF. And I can actually put F the ATF on my packages too. So that's been good. But I want to give hold on, where is it? I want to give a shout out. Okay. Smell this.
Oh.
Smell right on the nipple.
Nice.
Actually, you can't really smell through there. Where's the open one? I don't know where the open one went. Oh, it's right here. There you go. Let's try this again. Okay, now smell that.
Whoa, nice.
So this is the and guys, this isn't just going to be a full advertisement. I just want to put you guys onto this. God, that smells so good. So this is the Texas Park Outlet Coffee. So I got approval to tell you guys. I told you if you go to Texas Park Outlet Coffee, I told you if you go look at their website, you're going to know who owns that company. But it's a gun builder that owns the company. It's somebody who's just like us, just like you and I, that's building guns. They have a YouTube channel, and they're pretty open about, them and what they do and all that. This is Eagle Run 2-3. What they're doing is they're doing like small, very small batch roasts. And within a few days of these coffee beans being roasted, they were in my cup being drunk. I was drinking them. Yeah. And they got the dark roast, and they also have a rich roast. Mm-hmm. So pretty soon you'll be able to get a dark, rich roast.
Or a rich, dark roast.
Or a rich, dark roast.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it sounds, what do you guys think? Rich, dark, or dark, rich? I think dark, rich kind of sounds more like, but that may just because it's my name. What do you think?
Rich, I think it's got to be a rich, dark roast.
But that may scare people away from like the cost. They may think the cost is high because it's rich, Yeah. But yes. So guys, check it out. If you guys go to Texas Parks Outlet Coffee, you're going to see that there's coffee for sale. They're doing small batch roasts in the United States, like locally. We're only a little ways away from each other. He's in Tejas. He's literally in Texas. And they're doing small batch roasts. They're roasting the beans. And within a few days, that shit will be in your mug. and it is just a completely different experience. It is not expensive at all, and if you use code DARK, then you get money off, and it's just the best, dude. Just the smell of it and all that. So this is the Texas French, which is a dark roast, and then this is Texas Pecan, and then this is Texas Gold, which is like a lighter medium roast. So I just think it's cool as shit, and we are working on doing a blend that is literally a dark rich roast, a rich dark roast, whatever, and it's going to be like our blend, and that will be available nowhere else. You can only get that one type of coffee from Texas Parks Outlet, and if you use code DARK, you get a bunch of money off. Dark Deck now. Dark Rich sounds like a singles ad. Oh, yikes. Let's see.
I think it's got to be Rich Dark.
I don't personally care, but the Screaming Eagle runs, yes, Eagle Run 2-3. And if you guys don't know, Eagle Run whole leaf tobaccos, open those wrappers. What? Something hot and brown in your mouth. Oh, guys, what is wrong with y'all? Dark Rich blend seems like a winner after you put something hot and brown in your mouth. This is so bad. Like, you guys are terrible. I think Rich likes being on top of Dark.
Woo!
That's yeah.
They know who the big spoon is.
Yeah, they know who the little spoon is. Holy Tobacco is something hot and oh god. The Screaming Eagle, Rich in your mouth. Too many choices. Put these beans in your mouth. Dark Rich blend seems a winner. Hell yeah, coffee and tobacco. Dude, coffee and tobacco. I miss actually like smoking real tobacco products. Dark Rich. Yeah. Rich Dark. Okay. I don't have a preference. I mean, I'm joking about like, oh, dark needs to be first, but I don't care about that shit. Dark and Rich, the hot brown mugs. Yeah. He said, do what? Snape 1337. What does Snape mean?
I don't know if that's like from Harry Potter.
You know who I think it is? And I'm just fucking with you. Soak my beans and drink the juices. Dude, y'all are terrible. Texas Parks Outlet. Thank you. Appreciate that. Dropping the link right there. So that is the link that you can use to get coffee, and you can use code DARK. It does support the channel. It also supports Eagle Run 2-3, who is also a gun builder in Tejas, just trying to, do his thing, man. It's not like a big venture or anything. This is just something he does on the side, and it's a way that you guys can save money if you choose to, do stuff like that. Well, coffee is a diuretic. Maybe why if Eagle 23 run to the can. Buddy's Sandwich Shop is preferred by my Vegas family members. Oh, okay. Currently using Folgers Black Silk, darkest roast. If you drink Folgers Black Silk, you will love the Texas French. That stuff is dark. Some would consider it abrasive. I love it. Dark Rich flows off the tongue. Yeah, it just sounds kind of rough. Rich, are you invited to the Midge party after SHOT Show?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Probably. Dark Rich for the win. Leaf only in Middletown, Connecticut for your whole leaf supplies. That's what's up. I didn't even know that was like a thing. Darkest Rich. That's great. Yeah. I was thinking about something, and we got a little bit of time, and I was thinking that Dorch, Dorch, it's got to say dark and rich. Crashing Brew. Oh, that's a good one. By the way, speaking of crashing, I don't know if you guys saw when Rich.
Oh, so yeah, yesterday, yeah, Friday. So I'm literally
The face of heartbreak
I
when the MSAR wasn't.
think I found another MSAR. That's what I'm looking at right
Oh,
now.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. When Rich was coming up to nice. How much is it?
So far, 1325.
That's not
Doesn't
bad.
say it has the knife.
How much time though?
20 hours.
Oh, dude, that's not bad. But if it doesn't have everything, it's
It's the case, the 3 different mags, 3 or 4 different mags, but it doesn't say the knife.
Yeah.
Can you ask a question? Oh, ask
Yeah,
a question.
ask seller a question. Can you ask a question? It
All right,
literally
I'll log
says.
in with my computer and do this.
Where is I wanted to show. Hold on, I'll find
What do
it.
we show?
Here it is.
Oh, me landing the plane on the highway?
So Rich, when he got to Virginia, he only knows one way to travel. So this is on a local road, actually
I'm an
right where
IFR
Crump
pilot.
is.
That means I follow roads, and that's where I landed.
Yep, he didn't want to take it all the way to the airport, so that road is actually literally right near
Right.
Crump's.
So I'm literally a block away from Dark's getting gas. Crump calls me up. He's like, I knew you're coming into town, but you didn't have to land on the highway.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? That literally happened right as I was pulling into the neighborhood.
As he was getting into Virginia, it was like boom, happened right there. I mean, what are the chances of that? And also something else happened too. I don't know if you guys, or I don't know. I don't know if you guys are into that kind of thing, but then also there's probably some folks out there that are into, like, the little sideways with what's that say? I don't know.
What was that?
I
I missed
just a little dilder barrel with a little PWEDC action,
Oh, apparently
It was a
Patrick just
rental.
texted me. He said nobody won this.
Oh, so then go to seller's other. So first off, are you signed in? Oh,
I
no.
got to sign up.
All right, so go back, click the back button.
0 bids? Why would nobody bid on that?
Seller's other items. See where the M's are. Oh, a Mac upper? Hold up. Sorry, guys. Hang on.
What? 380 with threaded
380.
barrel. Well, you can put any barrel you want on that, right?
Ooh, a two-tone SIG 220. A ranch. Hey, well, is that? Oh, it's an SBR. It's not. Sorry, guys. We're looking. Ooh, another SBR. I would look through there to see if it's. He's actually got a lot of stuff. Oh, hold on. 45. Prodigy. Okay. I was actually look. I give Springfield lots of shit. Hit the next page. Yeah, I give Springfield lots of shit, but a lot of people have been saying a lot of negative stuff about the Prodigy. But I'll be honest, man. Based on what I had seen on some videos, like Dust with the Tactical Turkeys and some other people had taken Prodigies out and had terrible luck with them. And I was just like, oh, another bust by Springfield, right? And then I look into it a little bit more and I find out that, they were using like the polymer coated 135 grain ammo and it just didn't like it, right? But then, hey, Toy Town, welcome back. Duck Glowy, what up? What up? Good to see you. Thank you, man. So there's only 14 of those barrels. John Rice, what's up, brother? We were talking about you on the last stream about how we were going to have you carve a wooden dong to an anatomically correct micropenis. But we can talk about that another time. um, but shit, what was I saying again?
Nobody knows.
I don't think you were listening. Oh, so there's only going to be 14 of the DLD barrels, and that's it.
I'm not even getting one.
No, he's not. I'm getting one, and it's one of the sample barrels. So if I'm not getting even one of the coolest barrels, Rich definitely isn't getting one. But just to cover the cost and
well, you told me they're all sold out.
No, they're not all sold out. They're probably close to being sold out. From all the messages that I got of people saying I definitely want a DLD barrel, they're probably very close. So I only have 2 threaded barrels, 6 nut. What in the world? All the balloons came up.
Is that?
Was it a thumb? No, 1 thumbs up is that. 2 thumbs up is that. Oh, it is this. It's the 2 that's either balloons or confetti. And then this one is the lasers. Doons, 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 doons. But yeah, so I think there's 619 barrels, 617 barrels, and 2 threaded barrels. 6. Oh no. There's only 13 barrels, and I'm taking 1. So there's going to be 12. 519 barrels, 517 barrels, and 2 threaded 19 barrels. That's it. Those are the only DLD barrels probably that will ever exist, but we'll see. If I can get those, if I sell those, I'll just take the funds from that and literally buy more barrels and just do the same thing all over again. If you guys actually want them, I mean, it's literally like the same thing as a PSA dagger barrel, a polymer 80 barrel. So you can get them on PSA for like $99. You can get them on polymer 80 for like $149. I think they're actually on sale now on polymer 80's website, but still for $99 to have DLD lasered barrel, like that's fire. But I got to keep one of them. 99 red balloons. Payment ready for a 19 barrel. Hell yeah, Kurt, you got it, man. I had hey Johnny Propane, good to see you, bro. I had somebody else hit me up saying they wanted a 19 barrel. I may keep a threaded one because the bottom says threaded for her pleasure. But we'll see. In my Kunin, you need to switch out the spring to do the lighter ammo, but I didn't buy it for lighter ammo. So can you run 38s through the Kunin, or does it have to be 357 Magnum? I always wondered if you could run peace sign one hand. That's the balloons, peace sign one hand. Thank you, Man Against the Masses. We were talking about the gun that didn't like. Oh, thank you. See, too many choices. That's what he was the only one listening. I wasn't even listening to myself. So what I was saying is that the Prodigy, which is a 2011 from Springfield, I thought was going to be a total shit show. All the videos that I seen were garbage. The people that I did see that were running it very well and, I kind of felt like there may have been ulterior motive as to their positive review. So I was like, I'm not dealing with that shit, But for a $1,300 2011, I was curious, so I started looking into it. Saw the Tactical Turkeys did a video, and it was trash, malfunctioning, all these issues. Saw other people running it, there were malfunctions and issues and all that. But I found out that like Dust from the Tactical Turkeys, he was running the plastic coated 135 grain federal training shit through it, and it just didn't like it. Somebody else said they were running like Fiocchi 158 grain through it, and it didn't like it. But then I got to shoot it on like 3 separate occasions with standard 115 grain full metal jackets and standard 124 grain full metal jackets. Not only did it run like a freaking sewing machine, but you could like stack bullets with that thing. The trigger was super, super crisp, and it ran like a top. I was thoroughly impressed. And I'm not a 2011 guy. Like, that's not my thing at all. I carry Glocks. I carry, like right now, I'm carrying a Glock. Well, carrying Shadow Systems, but it's a Glock, basically. And yeah, I don't know. I may consider doing some research into the purchasing a Springfield Prodigy. Maybe. Like I would give my FN 510 towards Springfield Prodigy.
I would have shot it at 510 today if it was offered.
Well, it's true. I've never fired that before at all. We didn't bring it.
Yeah. We brought too many guns.
Did you want to?
Right.
I mean, you didn't ask.
Unless we shoot in the backyard or something.
Yeah, we can do that. I could put a can on it, but I could only put a 9mm can on it because that's all I have. So that would be we could use it once. Shot. Yeah. Payment ready for the 19 barrel. Hell yeah, man. Dude, I appreciate you, Kurt. You're always super supportive, man.
One.
Booyah!
So, Kurt, have you worn all the hats I've sent you yet?
And he got the DLD hat too. He got the DLD beanie. Yep.
Yeah, I got one of those postal boxes and I just jammed a whole bunch of swag into it for Kurt.
I got 99 barrels, but let's see. I got 99 barrels. No rich can't get one hit me. Oh, it's like I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. I got 99 problems. No rich can't get one hit me. I get it. I had to kind of think of that in my head, like how that would sound. Medicated for your safety. What? I bought 2 Maverick 88s tonight. Dude, hell yeah. That's what's up. Dude, Maverick 88s are... Tell me you got them for $200 or less, dude. Because that is the absolute best shotgun you can get for the price, in my opinion. For sub, $200, $199, whatever, you can run that thing into the dirt. Yes, you can run 38 special in the Kunin, but you must switch the spring first. Okay, that makes sense. Yep, try to keep myself medicated for your safety. My Smith & Wesson 629s never had other than 44 Magnum in them. Nice, that's how it should be. I couldn't imagine, like, I get if you're running a 357 Magnum, running 38s is okay, but there's just something about having a 44 Magnum and running 44 specials through it. It just bothers me a little bit, Rich doesn't know. He's shopping for guns and shit. Flying Rich is like a teenager on TikTok on the phone during a live stream. Dang, Kurt. Laying in.
I'm putting a reminder when the gun shop opens.
Lightning Scott. Dang, he said texting little bitch. No, he's trying to get this.
I'm trying to get that MSAR.
Yeah. Hey, Sugar Tits, good to see you.
Hey, Erica, I just sent Matthew a email this morning. That was when I wasn't watching TikTok on the toilet. I was
TikTok.
I don't watch TikTok.
I was gonna say you downloaded TikTok.
No, I haven't. I was just making a joke. But yeah, I sent Matthew a long voice to text message.
Did you have punctuation?
Yes, all that.
And did you separate paragraphs?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm just checking. When you guys send emails to content creators, please do me a favor and use punctuation and separate your paragraphs.
Even if you don't know, guess.
Yeah.
Paragraph separators every once in a while helps because I can't read.
Yeah. They are running in the 900s used. Staccato mags supposedly work. Nice. That's what's up. Dang. I was gonna say, like, did I get a mosquito bite or something? But
dry skin.
It's dry skin. The mosquitoes can't survive in 20-degree weather.
20 hasn't been that hot. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know, right? 250. Okay, that's reasonable. I know in different geographic areas it's different. Hold on. 250 for both or each? Each is a good price. 250 for both is Crazy price. 10 millimeter gang. Oh, she said, guess what? What? Guess what? What's the guess what? I got an Opsol adapter. Erika. LOL, the computer went down. There's one computer now, but he can send you emails, but he won't get yours yet.
Oh shoot.
Oh,
that sucks.
That sucks. Dang, man. Each. Okay. It's still not bad, man. Dude, that $500 will last you the rest of your life, literally. And then when one goes down, just throw it in the trash and run the other one. Has anyone converted a 9mm MUP1 to a 45 MUP1? No, but it would work totally fine. You're in Illinois? What the fuck are you doing in Illinois? Why is Erica in Illinois?
Oh, she's probably visiting Matthew.
Oh, okay.
Because that's where he is.
You
so
get
the
to
messed
see
up
him.
thing is Matt couldn't go to the facility that was like 15 minutes from Erica's house because people from his neighborhood worked there and knew him, and others knew him.
I'm literally bleeding from scratching. Give me a second. I've got blood. I got blood on my because I'm the corpse.
So yeah, Matt could not go to the facility that was around the corner from his wife and kids, which would be stupid easy. So Erica has to travel to Illinois to see Matthew.
That's ridiculous.
And I don't know if you saw, Erica's been putting out a couple of videos. Take a look. She gave some updates, and the kids were at the end of the video. I was crying. You made me cry on that one. That was rough. Yeah, and Erica, can we give you a call and put you on speaker? Let's see if she says yes. So yeah, I sent Matthew a long ass letter. Told him, because I'm up here working. I of course didn't tell my job that I'm going to SHOT Show and that I'm a famous gun YouTuber. Yeah, I mean I could lie, but I didn't tell that. All right, I am going to call Mrs. Erica Hoover. Hold on, if I click here. No, I haven't talked to you recently. I'll just have to type in Erica. Hold on. All right. I can't see a damn thing. There she is. And speaker. I'll put it right here. Maybe not. Hey, what's up?
Oh my gosh, my heart is pounding out of my chest.
Did you see Matthew today?
No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Oh, cool. So what, you're in a hotel or something?
Yeah.
I hope you're not staying in a hotel like I got to tell you some fucked up stories.
Oh my gosh, no, I was about to though. Thank goodness I didn't.
Did I tell you anything about the hotel I've been in?
No.
No. Yeah, I don't know.
What?
Well, I'm up in Delaware here working. Right now I'm at Darks because I'm flying to SHOT Show tomorrow. I wrote.
That's tomorrow.
What?
I said, oh yeah, that's tomorrow. Don't mind me. I'm so tired.
Yeah, no, it's all good. So, yeah, I wrote Matt a long ass effing letter because I was doing voice to text on my phone while I was on the throne.
Mm-hmm.
Because Dark accuses me of being addicted to IG, so now I'm just writing letters to people while I'm on the throne.
Mm-hmm. I still haven't checked IG today. I'm just saying.
All right. I am like a 12-year-old girl. I text like a 12-year-old girl. I
shop for MSARs like a 12-year-old girl.
Dude, an MSAR is totally smoking hot AF. I've always wanted one of those.
Smoking hot AF?
Yeah, AF, yeah.
As we're talking about 12-year-old girls, you can't do that. Yes, you can't do that.
So you got the girls with you?
Yeah, but I have my friend with me, and tomorrow I'm just gonna go by myself and like scope it out and just like figure out how to even get in there because I know I get to do like detectors, certain stuff you can and can't wear.
Oh, jeez.
I can bring like $20 in quarters and like no bigger than a 8x8 bag or something like that. Like
Oh.
CG, yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
then, so if everything goes good, then next weekend I want to come visit him, and then the girls are going to see him that time.
Now,
Then.
are you going to be like in a room together, or is there going to be a glass wall between you guys?
No, so it'll be like, so I get to give him a hug and a kiss in the beginning and at the end, and then we'll sit right across from each other, and then they have like this, yeah, and then they have like a
That's
ticket thing that
actually,
you can take.
I have never visited an inmate where I've been able to touch them or even get within like hand touching like distance.
Wow. Yeah, I'm glad I do.
Wow. Now,
I'm so nervous and excited though.
I bet you got to be out of your mind because other than at court, you got to see him like after he was sentenced.
Yeah. But I couldn't like hug him or anything like that, you know what I mean?
So fucked up, man.
So the last time I actually got to like physically touch him was like the morning of. Technically the night before.
The night before the jury verdict.
Like basically like the 20th. April 20th.
April 20th, right. Oh man,
Wow.
it's rough on me. I got nothing to do with this, you know.
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I wrote Matt today. I said, I miss the freaking phone calls. I miss just shooting the shit with him. Yeah. You guys were not like I was doing some work in the neighborhood. You guys invited me over. You made me dinner and all that. That was super nice of you.
Of course. I love cooking.
Rich just likes going over to other people's house and staying.
Yeah, I just go over other people's houses.
Yeah.
Dark's house. Let's see. I haven't been to Joe Shooting Gallery New England's place.
Oh yeah.
I've been to Hank's. I've been to Patrick, Babyface P, who's on.
The way he does it, he'll call and be like, "Hey, America, it's Rich. I just want to let you know I'm coming out to Virginia. I just want to see. Should I get a hotel out there? Huh?
Oh my gosh, so Rich.
I'm just kidding. I love having Rich out here.
Yeah, that's just because I clean up.
He did. He cleaned up 4 mugs. And he took the trash out.
Yeah, I took the trash out.
She's trying to get your attention.
Oh, what?
So you were driving on your way to Dark's the other day, and then you look back of your car, and you're like, "Oh shit, I left something behind. I need to go." Can you talk about that?
Can I talk about that?
It's up to you, man.
Or do you not want to, or do I know what I think it is? I think I have an idea. But
So I'll preface this with this. For any of you guys out there that carry a firearm, if you've ever known somebody to like be at a restaurant or something that's carrying a firearm, go into the restroom, take out their handgun, use the restroom, and then leave, and then an hour later, the police are there and they're like, "What's going on?" And then they didn't realize that they left their fucking handgun on the toilet in the bathroom. This time is kind of like that time.
Wow.
So what happened, Rich?
So I had all sorts of things with me.
That's a reasonable way to put it.
I packed them all up. I was like, I very meticulously packed everything I needed because I was checking out of my room. But I had my back to the wall, in between 2 pieces of furniture was a laptop bag.
Mm-hmm.
And ammo case of 1,000 rounds of 9mm. And
what was in the MP5 or the
MP5 laptap bag? It was just a laptop. It was laptop.
It was an MP5 laptop bag.
It was the
brand.
Company, that brand.
The brand was MP5. Yeah, they make incredible laptop.
They make really good laptops.
MP5 laptop bags.
MP5 laptop bag.
Yeah. Well, MP5 clone laptop bags.
Well, I mean,
is it a clone?
It was a clone. It wasn't an IBM.
Oh no.
Laptop.
MP5K clone laptop bags.
Laptop bag. Yeah.
Turkish made MP5 clone laptop bag. Sorry, go on.
And So yeah, because I don't know what it was. I was doing a live stream and I realized, I'm like, I remember picking this up and I'm like, I'm like, oh my gosh. I pulled over to the side of the road, stopped, called the hotel.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, I was in this room number. My name is Richard Hughes. And I left it. They're like, hold please. And I'm
like biting your nails, waiting to. So hold on. So when you called me before you called the hotel?
Yes. I'm like, what
called me.
do I do?
He was like, Dark, I left an MP5 laptop case and 1,000 rounds of 9mm in the hotel room. And I was
so
like,
crazy.
dude, I was like, you may, yeah, go ahead.
So the lady comes back on. She's like, oh yeah, I have it here at the front desk. I'm like, she's like, you come by, just get it. And I'm like,
we were talking. I was like, dude, go in there recording, like, just in case there's like a police officer waiting for you there. And then at first I was like, man, you may even want to call the police. And but then
I was like,
nothing ends well when you call the police. But I was thinking that they have already found it,
right,
and that they would have freaked out and they would have called the police.
So
and, but nothing positive would happen.
I pull up, like just at the front door. I say
you had
hi.
all 10-round magazines in it, right?
10 round, only 10 round,
all 10 round
magazines.
A whole.
I mean, batteries, 10 cell batteries
in the
for
laptop.
the laptop.
Yeah, the laptop bag. Yeah.
And so there was the manager dude, not the lady I talked to on the phone. Like, hey, I'm Richard Hughes. I was in this room. I left some stuff, a laptop bag, and a box. And he's like, oh yeah, here you go. And he just kind of like smiled and handed it to me. He knew exactly what was going on.
What?
What?
Okay, so hold on. So we'll get to it in a second. So let's see. Can't imagine.
It was a blow up doll.
Oops, can't imagine. Fucking LOL, flying Capitol Police. You left your gun on the roof? No. Zanty Misfit said, we had a police chief do that around here. They arrested the poor schmuck who found it.
Ooh!
Oh my goodness.
Oh, what?
Oh,
dude! Did he like call the police and say, "Hey, I found this gun," and then they're like, "Oh, thank you. You're under arrest for being in possession of an unregistered NFA item."
Right.
It's okay for them to have it, but if you have their shit, if you return their property to them, you're in possession of an unregistered NFA. God, this fucking world. Sorry. So you went in recording.
Yeah, actually, I pulled I don't know if it's still on this. I don't know. It's not on this phone. I pulled the thumb drive out, but
okay. So he went in recording, and you never know what to expect, right? If they're like, sure, come back and pick it up, and then there's like
come back to room 7. Yeah. Well, that's like the old scam. They try to get these guys on warrants, and they can't get these guys on warrants.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, you won
a free trip.
You want a free trip? Come pick it up at the local convention center or whatever.
I saw.
And then they're clapping as the person, and it's all cops.
That was old. So that was back in the 90s when police went super hard, and I think it was 90s or early 2000s, maybe.
Yeah.
That was honestly, that was smart.
That was like
was some smart shit.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you won, $1,000, $10,000, whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, you just go down the hallway to pick it up.
Never call them unless you're calling them pigs. Never call. Yeah, no, I agree. Honestly, here was my thing. I was concerned that the hotel found it. The hotel freaked out. The hotel called the police, and they're like, oh, it's a school, whatever, or it's a mass tragic event. It's a, something terrible. So I was like, man, I would almost get, but obviously, that thought couldn't be developed any further.
I still
But thank
can't.
God you only had 10 round battery capacity
and
holders.
I checked the bathroom, make sure I didn't leave my little travel shampoo like 4 times. I checked every outlet I plugged something into. I checked all the spots I was hiding things in the hotel room. But like I said, I had my back as I'm loading the luggage cart. I had my bag, and there's these 2 pieces of furniture, and the stuff was right in between it, and I didn't look like that.
The dude was a window licker. The guy that got arrested that found the
What's window licker mean?
I mean, people that are on short buses that lick windows. He's a window licker. You never heard that before?
No.
Window licker.
Oh, you mean people are hiring for the FAA?
I don't know. People are hiring.
Yeah, they just announced that they're hiring mentally disabled people for the FAA. I hope they do the same for the ATF.
Yeah, that's the first.
Oh wait, no, they already did. They got their quota.
Yeah, they're all retired. Honestly, I'm not turning that shit in. No, fuck that. I'm popping that lower off and I'm outie. Dude, if look, hey, well, never mind. Yeah. Let's see. He said I'm fucking dumb, but that was funny TV. Oh yeah. As far as like the people getting locked up for their warrants, never fall for that on Father's Day. Laptop of mass destruction. Shampoo? The hell? Make sure to keep your MP5 clone plugged in next time. Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on? No. Severely mentally disabled. Oh my God. The cop got promoted. What? I'm sorry, Eric. I'm totally like.
That's a messed up story.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm just listening.
Oh, I was going to say, wow, is Erica still here? What's going on?
Yeah.
I probably should go to bed though, because I haven't slept in like 2 days ever since I found out. Yeah, ever since I found out, I've been excited and nervous and.
Well, I know you're gonna have an awesome time, and you're gonna, love seeing him and hugging him and giving him a kiss. And
that's so hard to talk about, but like the fact that saying goodbye is gonna be.
Oh, I can't imagine. I mean, they had to come twice to get us out of the range. When our hour was up, I can't imagine what it'd be like.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
We're like, we're not leaving.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't make me leave.
I would just say, try to enjoy every moment that you're there, and know that when you do walk away, that you're not saying goodbye. You're just saying, "I'll be right back." You're gonna see him again as soon as.
So next week, you're gonna see him this week and next week.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's great. And so next week you'll bring the girls once you know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean they're in the hotel right now, and I brought my friend with, so she's gonna watch them, and they're gonna go like in the pool and stuff like that. And,
cool.
I mean, I explained it to like my oldest, right? But she was kind of like, "What? Why?" And I was just like, "I need to like, look at everything, scope it out. I just need to know everything."
Yeah.
Before I take her.
So Lightning Scott is praying for you, Erica. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Aloha, Ed Zachary. Good to see you.
I'm sorry, what?
Sorry, no, I was just reading the comments. Yeah, people are saying, good stuff. And sorry, I'm just reading.
It's okay.
Erica, have
Bending
a good
Ballistics,
night.
how's it go, man?
Try to relax. Keep us posted. Praying for you. I'm just going through the stuff here.
Yeah, Bending Ballistics, let me know if you go to SHOT Show. Hit me up.
Everyone. Huh?
I'm sorry, I was talking over you. What were you saying?
I said I appreciated everyone.
Absolutely. Yeah. And enjoy your time. And let us know how it goes.
Yeah, tell Matt we miss him.
Yeah, give him when you hug him and give him a kiss, say that's for Dark.
Yeah, grab his ass for me.
He'll get a laugh for
that. Yeah. Say the hug is from me, the kiss is from Dark. Yeah.
Right.
Get some sleep, all right? Just take it easy, and it's a good thing. Be excited, okay?
Yeah. Well, I've already had severe anxiety, and this after all this shit, man. Oh my goodness.
You know, it's funny. Yeah, I'd love to get you on the show to talk about some other things because there's some people that for the last year have totally just shit all over Matt and said, "Oh, he's an idiot. Oh, he's stupid. Oh, he's an informant. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that." Like, and it drives me up a fucking wall because they position themselves in these vaginal ways to where they say, "Oh, see, he didn't, he got released because he's an informant," or "See, they couldn't release him because he's an informant," or you know what I mean? Like, no matter which way it goes.
If none of us could get through to him right now, even having keep talking about, they're still just gonna make up excuses of make shit up. It doesn't. It's like talking to a wall. You're not gonna get anywhere with them. You're just gonna go round and round in circles.
Yeah. It's just super frustrating, especially when.
Oh yeah, I'd love to slap the shit out of them, but
people are dirtbags, especially Alan Powell, the real AP Alan Powell. He's a big piece of shit. So, yeah.
Who is that?
This dude that spent the last year making CRS videos.
You didn't get it, Dark.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, you're right. Who is that? I shouldn't even know who it is. You're right. I just get pissed off, man, because it's like...
No, I know.
I don't know. But anyway, enjoy your time.
Certain things to keep me pushing. Like, I'm not going to focus on those negative people because...
Yeah.
I already have too much crap going on, so...
Well,
I just think it's such this...
Erica, I got to say I'm impressed with you. You've been working hard. You've been doing the videos. You've been getting all this stuff done on your own.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty impressive.
You know what?
Yeah.
Today I was just like, well, actually, like probably like 10 minutes before I got on this call, I was like thinking, I'm like, holy fuck, I am strong. Like, I don't think I realize sometimes like how strong I am.
Yep.
Because a lot of people like are telling me like, if their husband or wife, whatever, gets locked up, that normally they go to like alcohol or drugs or something. They're like, they're like, you haven't done nothing. Like I'm like, yeah, like, I don't know. I just do it.
No, you're killing it. I mean, you're taking care of the family. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, you're taking strong to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So
hopefully I don't have a heart attack in the meantime, because sometimes, oh my gosh, my heart murmurs, my chest pain, but it's probably just anxiety and me getting in my head.
Right.
Yeah, it's gotta be hard.
So.
Well, get some sleep, and if you need to chat, hit one of us up.
I try to hit you up all the time, and you don't like to answer your phone.
Oh no, I did miss you on Monday. I thought we were gonna talk on Mondays, and I didn't mean to. I get busy.
No, I'm just kidding.
Erica, who picks up the phone all the time? Tell him.
Me. What? Dark picks up the phone all the time.
Yeah,
dude, I didn't pick.
I'm like, when did you last talk to Dark?
I looked at my phone, and my mom texted me like 2 weeks ago, and I haven't even texted her back. She texted me, she was like, "Are you alive?" I don't mean to. It's just.
No, life happens. We have our own shit. I don't expect you to. Like, it's all good.
Well, no, but I want to be there for you and for Matt and for the family.
But I know you are, and you have your own shit. We all have our own shit that's going on. It's okay.
Yeah. Boy, I got some shit. Yeah.
All right, Erica. We got to talk. This week's going to be messed up because I'm going to be at SHOT Show, but I got to tell you some more fun stories.
Oh, I can't wait to hear them.
They're going to be great.
Okay, you guys have a good night, and everyone down in the comments. Love you guys.
Yeah, God bless.
All right, night.
All right, night, bye.
Bye. Get some sleep. All right, let's go ahead and wrap it up. I know we're a little over 2 hours here, and
I got to be up at 7 a.m.
Yeah, it's already 1 a.m. So, yeah, guys. In closing, well, I'll let you take a minute too if you want to, say anything, say a few words.
Rich, am I going to find Magpul and check out the new T-Mags if they are there? What's a T-Mag?
What's a T-Mag? What? You're telling me you're a SHOT Show attendee,
no clue.
And you don't know what a T-Mag?
I don't have a P-Mag hat.
T-Mag. It's not a P-Mag anymore. It's T-Mag.
Oh yeah,
dude. In this day and age,
like tea and crumpets. What kind of tea?
We need to be inclusive.
We're dishing the tea.
So what kind of inclusivity could
the trans mags?
Trans mags, yes, they're trans mags.
So if it's an AR and an AK?
No, it's actually better. So you can snip off the material on the front. Just kidding. So they're trans mags, and for all you guys out there that want to snip off your Peter into a Vegeta, you can. I'm sorry. T-mags are translucent mags.
Oh, okay.
So they made translucent magazines.
So the tranny mags is what you're saying.
Correct. They're transitional mag, or no.
All right, I'll definitely make a short from their booth.
Yeah.
And guys, so seriously, on IG, follow me because I'll be posting on IG. I'll be posting on probably Flying Rich Firearms, Flying Rich on YouTube. So I have 2 channels on the tubes of you. But you feel free to hit me up because I don't get all the news. But you can send me messages on IG, FlyingRich_official, and say, hey, go to this booth.
Yeah. If you guys want to see something.
Yeah.
Like I heard there may be a really exciting.
We can't talk about that, can we?
Not really.
We can talk about that.
Not really. In like 2 days, we'll be able to talk about it.
In 2 days.
Yeah. We'll wait till then, and then we'll discuss the new product.
We were told half of a story.
Yeah.
That could be very exciting.
Not even like a 16th of a story, because we don't even know who. We don't know.
We know the what. We don't know the who.
Yeah, but
I don't think we can say the what.
Let's just say there may be a new PDW coming out by a company that when they come out with it, apparently we're going to be like, what? And it's in a crazy caliber. And that's, I don't think we can
50
say.
BMG?
Yeah, a single shot pipe, 50 BMG, slam fire.
Ooh, that's scary.
Yeah, no, I would not do that. It would literally expand.
Would do that.
Yeah, he would. He's done it before, actually. He put 2 50 cals in a 12 gauge and
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. But any other advice? Any dad advice or anything like that?
If Geisley has coupons, hit me up.
Oh yeah. Hey, look, I'll tell you.
Jizzly?
I'll
go by the Jizzly booth.
The Jizzly booth is always good. The Jizzly, I'm sure they're going to have Jizzly Mod 1s. The Jizzly Super Duty Mod 1s. I know people are getting pissed off right now. It's pronounced Geisley. No, I know. We're joking.
I do this all the time at home. My wife is like, what was I saying? I was like, oh, I was in Delaware. She's like, stop it!
Oh, my God. If you guys want to, see something specific or see a particular booth or whatever, hit up Rich, hit him up on IG. You can literally just send him a message like that, and he will come to your
Man
beck
Against
and
the
call.
Masses does.
Exactly. And then if you want to see, like, okay, I want to see the, PSA booth. Are you going to get swag, double swag?
I got like 4 years worth of swag for
That's
PSA.
true.
I just go by every day and just.
There's no way they're going to have the same patches, though. And when you see people like creators, and they're like, oh, here's a patch. Be like, hey, Dark couldn't come to SHOT Show this year.
Mm-hmm.
You can even say Dark chose not to come this year. Could I have an extra one for him? You want to practice that script? We could role play it.
Hi.
Hi, I'm from, and I refused to sign John Crump's amicus brief. Oh, shit. That's good. I refused to sign John Crump's amicus brief because I specifically said that I am
afraid of the ATF.
I am afraid of the ATF.
I don't want them knowing my name or number.
Oh my God. That shit is so weak. Arkansas or the British saying Maryland. Hey, it's Merlin. Murlin. Oh shoot, I'll send you the videos that went viral in the prison. I guess Gucci to Fed, baby. I guess these are videos that went viral in the prison that he's in.
Is that what that is?
Hold up. Is this? No, don't tell me. Are these the dudes making the candy?
Oh, is that what that is?
Oh, no, it's not.
It's just Fed stuff, like prison stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's interesting. I'm sure she'll probably tell you. Let's say LOL.
He needs an echelon
Play
poster.
the
Dude,
video.
seriously, send me an IG message.
Are we
If I
gonna
can
see
get you crap, I'll definitely do it.
Dark Sack signing 2? Dude, if I could get
Jerry Mikulik?
if I could get a V2.0 of something signed by Jerry, I would love that. I was actually saying today, literally today, we went to a gun shop.
Who is she?
She's putting on her titty. I saw that shit like a year ago. I would totally smash though. Look at her body.
She doesn't. She's not making a happy face though.
Well,
Hello.
Yeah, she's putting
Headlights,
on
high
the
beam.
cushion. You know.
Headlights are on high beam.
Damn, why do you gotta show me something? Now I'm forgetting.
Jesse Baldwin just messaged, right?
But Echelon. So they don't always have things like Echelon posters or stuff like that, but they may have like an Echelon patch, or they may have like an Echelon sticker or magnet or something. So, seeing whatever they got, and but all right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I appreciate all you guys tuning in, hanging out, and I know it was kind of more of a chill show, but next time I got a few things here literally on the floor in front of me that I'm going to be using in a giveaway, because I didn't get to do it the last few times we did this. And what? Roses are red. I went to China. Couple hospitalized after man gets his head stuck in wife's vagina. What? Looking at that picture, I totally believe it. You could fit a bowling
61
ball.
comments. We got to read the comments.
Oh God. All right, well, let's close out of here first.
How deep is your?
Oh, that's good. Oh my God. All right, hang on. Let's wrap this up first. See, and look, he's on IG. See, I told you guys, man. I'm imagining the
Mariana Trench.
I don't know what that is.
In the ocean, it's the deepest part of the ocean.
Oh, yeah. All right. Dude, Rich is such a child. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. I appreciate you all. And remember, like I said, we got to support the companies that support us. So if you guys go in the description, click on the description. Companies like Texas Parks Outlet, the coffee, you can use code DARK, and you guys can get bags of coffee just like this, fresh ground in Texas, and in your cup. Oh, that smells so good. In your cup and in your mug within just a few days. So you're not going to find small batch roasts like this locally, but in the U.S., you know what I mean? Like, just do it, and it supports Eagle Run 2-3, and it supports the channel. I mean, just a tiny little bit, this much. But also, if you click on the description, you can also help support other companies that support us, like Goombeam, like Goombeam, like Tack Knives, like Gideon Optics, PR Triggers. Bro, the PR Trigger was so fire. So get one of those. It's gonna go. You're supporting the movement, the building movement, and you're fueling gun building, and then it's coming back all around. So I appreciate all you guys so much. Anything else before we close out? Anything else before we close out?
No.
All right, guys. Look, hey, we're gonna have some stuff coming up. Every Monday. Oh, we're not gonna have the uncensored podcast, are we?
Well, I don't know about this Monday. I mean, we could do it this Monday.
If
I might have events and stuff going on. Do I have a party?
I'll run it solo if you want. We will have the
We might.
MGB
All right,
and DLD.
so I'm going to be working Monday nights from now on for a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So we might shift the date. I'm not working Friday nights, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday are open. With Saturday would be conflicting with you. We could do a Friday night.
Yeah.
Are you alternate Fridays or are you Friday?
Alternate Fridays.
Oh,
yeah. I can figure it out.
Maybe Sunday night.
Yeah, I could do Sunday nights. Yeah, you could do that. Night all. John Rice says, "I love you, Rich. Rich is the spirit of every 12-year-old ever, and you too can have a screaming eagle runs." Stay free. Yeah, appreciate you guys. All right, yeah. So in closing, guys, remember, we are only as good as our own standards and expectations that we hold ourselves to. And a lot of times when I tell you guys, these are some of my rules, I want you to know that these are only some of my rules that when I share with you guys, this is what I believe is important to share with you guys, because I want to take every opportunity that I can to have at least a tiny impact on the world if I could. So rule number 1 is to be kind. It's so important that we're kind in everything that we do. That brief little interaction that you have with somebody else can have a massive impact on their life. So be kind. Rule number 2 is to live a life of care, compassion, contribution, give to others. When you bless others, you become blessed, because the hand that's open to give is open to receive. Rule number 3, because we know the only way for us to defeat evil is with good men skilled in violence. Make sure that you're becoming as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be, and be safe, be dangerous, and keep that thing on you. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we're out of here. Do me a favor, go to my new channel and subscribe to the new channel. Can you believe that out of so the first 2 videos I dropped got over 10,000 views. The third video I dropped got 65 views. It's just sitting there doing nothing. So for any of you guys that haven't seen it, go search at DLD TV 2023 and it'll pop right up. Also, maybe a mod or somebody in chat can drop that in there. But at DLD TV 2023, and you can check it out. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. We'll be reporting directly from SHOT Show. I mean, they'll be reporting directly from SHOT Show. Love y'all. Later. Say bye.
Devil in a red dress, call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress, call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang bang, got my hand, call
Hey, guys. Okay. It is so important right now. These are tumultuous times that we're living in, okay? It feels every day that we are getting closer and closer to the end, okay? and I would love to encourage you guys to get right with God. Okay, and I know a lot of times I'm a very reasonable man, and not like what's Niemeyer, the 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 AR 500 steel bulldozer, killdozer.
Killdozer,
Jeez,
dude.
the Niemeyer. um, I'm a reasonable man, right? No, I am a. Hold on, let me pause this right real quick. I'll just check down. You can pause down here. I just didn't feel like.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
Ah.
So I am a reasonable man, and I'm a an understanding man, and I understand that we're not all the same. And at the same time, because of this, I typically tell people like, hey, get right with God. Okay, get right with God and whoever your God is. Okay. Now, personally, I believe Jesus Christ, who is the Son of God, died for all of our sins, and the only way for me to even potentially make an impact on, you know, saving your eternal soul or somebody's eternal soul is to tell you that Jesus Christ died for your sins. Okay. And I try to be reasonable and understanding and know that other people, practice different religions, and I support their freedom to do that. But I also wouldn't be being authentic if I didn't share with you guys my stance on that. So I would encourage you guys in times like now to spend the time to build a relationship with God, build a relationship with Jesus, and to get right with God, because right now things are looking mighty dangerous. What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, it's been quite a journey with me. A year ago, January 1st, my wife and I got baptized together. My wife was Jewish her whole life. My daughter converted from Judaism to Christianity a year before that. Um, I've been more involved. I actually go to two different churches. And actually, I've been watching your church on YouTube. So it's like Terry and I last week, we watched Dark Services, the church he goes to. I did the Daily Audio Bible podcast last year, and I'm doing it again, and I'm hearing new and different things. The Bible is pretty amazing. It's I have never read the Bible. I've always read portions of it, and Genesis is pretty damn interesting. I got to say, it's a great read.
They say a man can only walk in a river one time, because when he returns, the man is changed, and so is the river. So every time you go back to the Bible, you will change. So you will see different things, and you will see things differently. So it's something that in certain religions, they say, oh, the Bible isn't for reading, right? Certain religions. But it's for studying, and it's for, every time you come back, you're going to interpret things slightly differently, and the Bible will meet you exactly where you are supposed to be every single time. So,
and I guess the other thing that was pretty, and I hate saying this because it's going to sound so shallow.
I love you, Ting Ting.
I know about all of the parables about Jesus, the disciples, all of that, but watching The Chosen really put meat on the bone for me.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
That was, made me more realize that these were real people going through difficult challenges. And even some of the not so well produced biblical stories of like Paul, who wrote 2/3 of the New Testament.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of interesting stuff out there, and I think now that I'm older and thinking about these things and learning about them and maybe have a better understanding of the meaning, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's a good point. I've heard that before. I've heard it from you before as well. So take the time, guys. It's important. Our lives on this earth, this is a blip on the radar when you look at your eternal soul. Eternity is forever. It is literally forever. But again, I love all you guys, and Yeah. If anyone has any questions or wants to reach out and talk about it, I saw somebody typed in before, I'd be open to talking about it and learning about it.
Oh wow.
And I missed it,
Oh,
right? Like, so if anybody out there is like, you know what? I grew up going to church. I grew up going to church. I was forced to go to church. I didn't want it then. I wasn't ready for it
Mhm.
then until I was much later on in life and I was full grown adult. Well, I guess I'm still not a full grown adult, but you know, for the most part, I wasn't ready for I wasn't psychologically ready for it. So if you guys out there have any questions, want to learn about it, want to talk about it, I'm but a mere humble student as well. So we can learn together. But reach out to me, reach out to Rich,
sure.
reach out to anybody in the circle, man. We're just we're all sinners learning. So yeah, but hey, again, I appreciate you guys so much, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Oh, and again, all the merch is available at DLD Hardware. Love y'all. Bye.